The D&D screed.
Bros, don't fuck fish.
Hello, that's what we're going to be starting on this week. Hello, everyone. Fables and Foams, where we're telling everybody to not fuck fish. It's not good for the environment. It's not good for the fish.
I look forward to this bottle.
Not good for
Welcome.
the
I mean, I can't give any personal preference. It might be good for the fish, but don't do it. It's not worth finding out. We're back. Well, most of us are back. Some of us are still in the hotel room. So, but hello, everybody.
Hello from Hagerstown, Maryland. I'm scared. This hotel room's scary.
I gave you an answer. You didn't want to use it.
I'm scared. I'm in danger.
You know your hotel is quality when there are slot machines in the entrance.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's how you
I
get
mean,
your
did
room
you win
key.
anything? That's a better question.
I did not put my credit card in that slot machine.
Oh,
That's
it's
a
a
very
credit
good
card one.
idea.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was like,
I love it.
well, I was gonna say coins, but you don't have fucking coins. You have bills.
No, we have coins.
Mhm.
We do have coins.
Useless.
They're
You
just
have
not.
little coins.
They're
You don't- you
better
don't
for
ha-
being.
you
Oh
don't
my
have,
god,
like,
they're little
dollar amounts.
coins.
They're
No,
more
we don't
useful
have them for
throwing at
those
people
amounts.
now.
We don't have loonies or toonies.
No, we don't have the loonies or toonies.
Yeah, because we don't have brain damage.
Yeah.
Technically, we have something that
There's somebody in the parking lot that is parked next to
Alright.
my parents who their car is from Quebec.
Lon died.
Lon died?
We have,
Oh.
Lon died.
technically, we have dollar coins.
You do have dollar coins. You can throw a gold Sacagawea at someone's forehead if you really feel
Can
like.
you imagine the wealth that would leave?
Or
Just
like
whip
a
that thing, like a skipping stone.
or those JFK $half or whatever.
Oh, those ones are thick boys.
Imagine if Jeff. Remember Jeff used to throw ping pong balls at people and crack their skin.
Oh my god.
It's freaking absurd. But yeah. Welcome back, everybody. If you're American, welcome back from Thanksgiving. If you're not, welcome back to a regular Saturday.
Fuck you.
It wasn't directed at you, but I guess fuck you too in your early October Thanksgiving. Because the snow takes away all your grain or whatever.
Because the snow causes you pain year round.
This is true. But yeah. We left off at an interesting point. But yeah, the crew found themselves dealing with an abducted Hesal's mother, fighting her, and the brain-controlled father defeating them hastily, and
Oh, I thought that boy was just charmed. That's a new layer.
he was charmed. His brain was in control.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, charm is brain control.
Yeah.
I guess I just consider charming like, hey, you want to do this because we're buddies, kind of thing.
Yeah.
No,
What are
that's
we doing?
a
Are we
charisma check.
recapping? I had a phone call.
Yes, yeah, we're but
Was it your mother?
it's
One fish down. One fish down.
Was it actually your mom?
Yeah.
Even
Oh my
funnier.
god.
wonderful. But,
One fish down. One fish down.
right, shush your Pokemon, Rose, or I'm gonna beat you with a fish.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Well, I mean,
Don't do
actually,
it.
that would be impressive to get it across the border.
Oh, I can throw
You know,
pretty
unless-
far.
Unless you got it here, I
Nah.
guess. Like,
I'm gonna send it to you in one of those like styrofoam boxes that are meant to keep things. I'm gonna rig up a
no,
pneumatic
springy.
fist and just let
Yeah.
you open up.
Exactly what I was thinking. I love it.
Simpler way to do it. Just
That's
get
gonna
like
get
a
your cat
spring
opposed.
lever.
No, pneumatic
But
fist.
anyway, yeah, we now have the problem. We don't know how to get Hesel's mom back from where she is.
Yes.
Need to though.
Through some
really
series of
should.
investigations,
I mean, we should, but
went through people's belongings to find any clues. Found a strange hand and some sort of cursed sigil circle. While attempting to remove it, they almost Hesal and Betty
Grabbing that
almost
hand
burned
made me attuned
alive.
To my gloves.
What?
Did grabbing the hand make me attuned to my gloves?
Did not. I know
You're
it's
probably
not-
gonna have to like do something else. I have an idea of what you might have to do.
You'll need to solve this mystery.
So the only people who don't have vestiges are me and Matt now, right?
Yes.
If we assume
I
this
still
is
don't.
weak vestige.
Well, yeah, that's true. He still doesn't. He might have one. Who knows?
You have the promise of a vestige.
No, not even the promise. All that power in the palm of your hands, and you don't know how to turn on the keys.
This fish was a lot easier to beat up than last time.
But yeah, they found some information, but were interrupted at the end of the session with a bird is hatching on the deck in the ship.
Question mark?
Question mark?
Yeah, the obligatory fourth pet.
Yeah.
Just one more until everybody has one.
Everybody.
Yeah, we need Ivar to get a pet.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I really need a pet.
A familiar is not a
Not gonna
pet.
happen.
So there's 3 pets.
That's not gonna happen. I'm not
I was
dealing
gonna
with
say Crest is a familiar. I mean, Crest is
Really,
a
you
fucking.
wouldn't want like
Crest is not.
a little like lizard that just sort of like sat in your pocket and like bit people to death or something?
that. Isn't that what Saywin has?
Yes, sort of.
Saywin's gross
Get
though.
2.
Saywin's is going to be fairly large.
You can still fit in a pocket. Just gotta
Just
be
get,
a big ass pocket.
lizard.
Yeah, can you get
like
like
throw
a
it at
pocket
people.
Dilophosaurus, like that just like spits people?
I need like a
All right.
But
Yes.
that's where we left
An
off.
egg.
And
Wow.
and an egg.
Oh my god, what could be in the egg?
An elephant bird.
An egg. Wow.
what? You egg?
We'll play D&D eventually, right?
This is just
This
one,
is D&D,
tangent.
silly.
This is just one tangent, but I was at work yesterday and we had to do like a mock fire drill. And
Oh.
my job was the person who found the fire, and I just basically did the whole like Tobias thing from Arrested Development. I was like, oh my god, it's a fire! Fail.
It's a fire, mom.
It's
I would have
fire!
written it like an entire Shakespearean soliloquy about finding this fire.
I need you to understand something. I don't get paid enough to do that.
Oh, I mean, I would just do it for free. I wouldn't require payment.
No,
I wish I require
here's
payment.
the
Alright.
thing. The things I do for fun at this point, nah.
Nah.
Nah,
Why didn't you? Nah.
nah.
Don't you? Nah. All right. An egg. What do you
She's
guys?
a knight who says knee.
That's.
Nick.
She's a man who says nah. All right. What art thou doing? Who their day?
Go to the fucking ship and look at the Eggo.
Yeah.
Is everyone going to invest?
That's terrible timing.
Oh no, the timing couldn't be worse. Yep, but I guess we all go to the
Sure.
to the ship.
Yeah, you go down. Your ship has been parked about halfway down the impossibly long dockways that are under the city of Blackwater, and you find yourselves boarding the ship, and there's sort of a crowd of people of workers in the mess hall, sort of standing outside of Hesal's door with a low inset glow coming from inside the semi-open captain quarters door.
What is this, the
All right, clear
nativity?
out.
It is the Christmas season, so
'Tis the season to hatch eggs. Fall off something Easter.
What the fuck are you? That's the other holiday.
You know, Jesus came back to life to lay eggs or whatever. I don't know why.
In case anything gets toasty.
like to have a word with you.
In case anything gets toasty, I'm gonna summon my blade and just kind of have it out so I have resistance to fire.
Okay.
Might be a good idea. What with fire egg and all.
You see, as you push open the door with your blade out, as you draw the blade, you see a number of small embers get dispersed. And you see as you're opening the door what looks like, and luckily you used a magic item to facilitate this, so as no damage is occurring to the floorboards of your room, but you see what looks like a small volcano where the egg is forming. You see the lines of lava curling down this black egg.
Is that supposed to be?
This is a lot more aggressive than I thought it would be.
Should,
Um,
should we take it off the ship?
Where to other different kinds of flammable wood, like our docks? I think
mean, at
there's no
least it's
win
not-
in here.
I was gonna say, at least it's not a ship.
I was gonna say that the docks are made out of
The docks are
wood,
the
but
city's
the
problem.
but the like the mainland is all like this flat carved stone, so you could manage to hold on to it until then.
All
Wha-
right.
However, it's giving
I
off some heat.
I hold my sword up to my mouth and hold it there. above
Okay.
it, and then with both hands, I just. Well, I already have a bite guard and a sword.
Are you
I-
gonna
I
hot
grab it.
potato the?
Yeah, I grab it and then I run.
The whole bowl
I-
or just the egg?
He's
It's
committed
probably
to this.
better to do the bowl, right?
Yeah,
He's committed to
Yeah.
this. I want to see if there's anything that could have helped him.
sure.
I grab the bowl though.
All right, I'm gonna
I'm not going
say
to, I just
make
wanna
it
see if
make
there's
a
anything that could
Constitution saving throw. Pick this up.
Oh, but why?
Because you're grabbing something that's actively spewing lava.
Natural 20.
Of course.
You grit your teeth and get your hands positioned as best as you can. You're definitely going to start to burn, but you hold it off for a few moments. How are you getting off of the boat? Are you just running back up the stairs, or are you getting off some other way?
How far is it?
Up off the ship, up and off the ship onto the deck, probably from here about 65 feet. So no, it'd be longer than that because you're in your room. It'd be probably about 145 feet of movement to get off of your ship, down off of the docks, and on to just the wooden dock.
I'll cloak dimension door.
All right. You dimension dooring to the solid wood, the solid stone part, or the wood of the dock.
They want to be on stone, yes.
Okay, so you zoop
Someplace
over
I can
there,
Set it down.
and with your fast action movements, set it down before you start taking damage. So good job.
Get it.
You set it down, and the ocean spray, as you appear, you land down, and there's this sizzle as the hot brass platter that the sand was in is extremely hot, and the ocean spray just evaporates from around the area and dries off in about a 10-foot circle. And the egg thumps again. You see another crack appear.
You're quite the dramatic one.
Quick aside, I've made a stack of pillows to lean on, and these pillows smell like bleach.
Hooray! At least they don't smell
My
like
nose is
bleach.
burning. They do not. They do not smell like bleach. They smell like bleach.
All right, yeah.
The egg's still going?
The egg is still there.
I'll sit down and watch, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
About a minute passes before the first peak of a creature comes through. This ruddy, like brown gray, sandy plumage and skin sort of peeks out a little bit as one of the wings pushes through for just a moment. Another minute, and the head begins to push through with a long, thin curved beak. Then a sudden explosion as the wings push out, flicking tons of little molten hot coins of lava everywhere.
I assume we're all catching up with.
Yeah, you all caught up by this
Well,
point.
I assume we're all watching this.
Yeah, y'all ran up when he teleported away.
Hold it.
But because it took about like 5 minutes for it to fully hatch from that point. But yeah, you see a far more developed than you would assume. Still a little goopy, but this brown to black feathered bird, but the tips glow this like hot orange pink. And it sort of stretches out and yawns. Hesal, are you trying to maintain that you're the closest to it?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. I don't have food on me.
Its eye sort of narrows in on you.
I guess I have rations.
I'm gonna need you to make an animal handling check with advantage.
Oh, great.
Here, I believe -1. Should be fun.
Oh, that was flat.
There we go. 14. Okay.
That's not terrible.
It sort of stretches
I
out.
would psionically boost it, but I'm not proficient, so I can't.
Yeah. And it stretches and does a little circle and immediately lays back down. It looks exhausted, but is free now.
Free bird.
Another free bird.
Yep.
I'm so glad I don't know how to play that song.
I mean, I think the joke is that you should never learn how to play it.
Yeah.
I think the joke is that
'Cause
Cookie got out today for the stream.
Yes, that is true. Her
Yeah.
parrot learned how to escape today.
Mm-hmm. Oh. But yeah.
Well, it's
It's a small bird.
Adorable.
Adora bird.
I mean, without having
Guess
anything
I'll
to
just
compare
pick
it
up the
to.
pot again. And carry it around in that.
Yeah, now that it's no longer hatching, it cools down pretty quickly with the mist.
All right. Now let's
And
go get back to the more pressing topic.
here, I'll give you a tiny little stat block.
Oh wow.
The tiny little stat block. Hit points 1.
No.
Oh.
It's a worrisome one.
Oh no.
Here you go. You can send it to them if you wish. Why are you not letting me send? Copy. Paste. Interesting. Alright. I'll save it and then send it to you since it's being weird.
Windows Shift S.
Well, I have it copied, it's just not going.
Or just snip it.
Yeah, it is a snip. It just won't go into Discord.
You have to
Bumps.
control V now. I don't know why.
Oh, do you? Okay, yeah, that is weird.
It won't let it won't let me copy paste anything anymore.
Interesting. Okay.
What?
I thought it was just a me problem, so I was like,
No.
oh.
Yeah, I had to.
Discord's being weird.
What? Discord's not working? What is this? Is it Discord's
I
pretty good.
know, right?
What? Discord's great.
I mean,
Discord.
honestly, as a software, Discord's not bad.
Discord is
Could
good
be much
in.
worse.
Oh, somebody dropped. Who dropped?
What?
Was it me?
Nobody?
Oh, I heard the leave.
It might.
Okay,
You
Probably
might have left
disconnected
and.
for a second. Did you hear?
Cookie.
Hang on.
Cookie, get off the bell. Cookie, get off the bell.
We heard nothing
Dang
else.
Did it sound like that?
We didn't hear anything.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
It just aligned with my computer making the Windows. Are you sure you want to do that noise?
Oh.
Bong.
Ba-ding, ba-ding.
Yeah, what?
Pudding.
Pudding. But yeah, you have a new egg friend that needs to rest. But afterwards, you will have a small bird.
So we have how many birds now?
Do you want to count Betty
Or-
or no?
Yes, I'm counting.
Yeah.
I'm counting Betty.
Betty's name is literally Betty Bird.
That is a good coincidence.
That's just a good coincidence.
That's not a
So
coincidence.
even if she
You
wasn't an Aarakocra,
specifically.
I would count her as a bird.
In game,
Also, that's-
it is a coincidence. In real life, Rose is a shithead.
Yeah, Rose specifically made it that way, and I had to convince her not to spell it B-I-R-D.
Yeah, but it would have been so funny.
It would have been funny to you.
No, it would have been so funny.
It'd have been funny to other people.
Okay, to one other person. Got it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh no! I could use my 10k Ethereum now to try to PK the party.
No.
Well, why not? You don't want to add you don't want to add minions to the next boss encounter? Even if they already have minions?
Oh dear.
Yep.
Especially because we don't know when the next boss encounter will be.
Right
No,
now, the fucking Sandhawk.
It's not fair to me for me to
It's
use my
shockingly
own
strong.
Is it?
points. Yeah.
Yeah. It's CR2,
Okay.
Damn.
which in D&D terms is supposed to mean it is a challenge for 4 level 2 adventurers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same CR Crest is.
Yeah. But it's small
Yeah,
and it will
I
get
think
much
I picked
larger. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I guess put the bird somewhere.
Back on the
and
ship.
Go back.
Sure.
I'm gonna carry it with me because I don't want it to wake up and set the ship on fire.
All right. You have
Excellent point.
That's fair.
you have a bowl of sleeping firebird.
Yeah, I'll like set it in the
With a
corner of
side
our
of
room
potatoes.
while we're talking.
Okay. You go back into the room with the accursed hand that has trapped your mother.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
And
I know
Any
it's
ideas?
back-to-back bad news with this family, but we have to let everyone know.
lords. Exclude me from this. This next round of bad news. Perhaps there's a library I could look at.
And we have a library. I
You
don't know how equipped it is. I'm not in
Well-
there very often.
Well, we'll find out. Just give me basic directions and I'll figure it out.
After your 14th left, it's the one on the right.
Got it. And I will set out and also summon Manu so he can also help me navigate because I don't
no.
fully trust Hessel's directions here. Because he could just be trying to get me to go in circles.
Yeah. But you find your way to the library. Actually, make me an investigation check.
Yep, knew it. Okay.
See if you don't find
does my owl-
yourself locked in a circle of nightmare.
I mean, that's
15
just
lefts, that's actually just the instant death room. I'm
Guys,
sorry.
look, our little
dear.
badges are live now. So I've got my 2-month subscriber badge.
Yay!
Hello.
Investigation, you said?
Investigation.
All right, D20 plus
Yeah.
5.
I've got up to the 3-month badge.
19.
Okay. Yeah, you follow the instructions rather well to the back to the library. You find yourself in that room that was with the fireplace that was readapted to be an interrogation scene by Ivar last time, and you see at the moment now, because Hesal's father turned the lights back on in here, the large strange antlered lighting candelabra or ceiling fixture that shows a number of lights scattered across the room, filling the whole area with like almost a daylight. It's fairly bright in this room. It's excellent for reading, and it seemingly and magically does not cast any long shadows across books. But yeah, you have a 35-foot tall room with books across 2 of the walls.
All right.
What are you looking for?
I'm going to look for books that meet the following criteria. They are old. They, at a cursory glance, mention something to do with demons or summoning.
Okay.
So old books about demons and or summoning.
Okay. Make me.
So you don't want the newest edition?
Make me
I
another
don't.
investigation
Got
check.
updated information.
Is Manu going to help to give you advantage?
Manu's going to cover the really high shelves so that I can try and focus on shelves that I can reach. So yeah. Do I get advantage for my owl helping me?
Yes, your owl can give you the help action. So
Okay, cool. I will have that be the case. KH1 plus 5. 22.
As you get up into the darker corners of the library, like the bottom row is like, for the most part, it's children's books, it's cookbooks, it's lighter alchemy stuff, it's mathematics books, so it's stuff that like a kid would be able to reach is like completely useless, but as like or for this investigation, completely useless for you. But as you get up above the layer of light, so about 20 feet up, those books do get a lot darker in nature. You see things like, and all these books are covered in dust. It looks like no one's cleaned up here in a long time. You begin
All right, that means I'm on the right track.
You begin looking through, and well, one of the first books you come across is ways to disguise blood in cooking.
Mm.
One of the ways is as a book without a title, but with an odd texture to the book, and you begin looking through it and find that it's about making leather from certain sources that might be
Yep,
seen
and
as-
I immediately think back to the human skin gloves that
yeah.
Hesal is no longer wearing, and
Yeah.
just put the book down.
Primarily, it seemed to be research into drow making human leather things. So,
Yep,
Uh,
yep.
but as you go along, there's numerous books about devils and demons and layers of the abyss and sort of the not quite taboo knowledge, but knowledge that most people would avoid. You know,
Yeah.
basic summoning.
Uncomfortable knowledge.
Yeah, basic summoning circles. You can get your own closet or what is it? I forgot what they're called. Not sprite.
Mephit?
Not Mephit. Imp.
Imp, okay.
Yeah. Still like yeah, summoning your first imp and things of that nature. Things that yeah, like you said, uncomfortable
Okay.
knowledge things. But as you pare it down, there are a lot of books that do not have titles that seem to be either first or secondhand knowledge, accounts of, you know, going down to Dis or you know, making contracts with demons and devils.
Okay.
And one of them you do see the words seem to try to evade you.
All right. I'm gonna snatch that one for certain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And yeah, and then I'll get set up at a desk with some notepaper, and I'll let the other guys have their moment of
Sure.
bringing more bad news.
Alrighty. You begin to search for knowledge. What's going on next, guys?
Well, I gotta tell, or I guess we all have to tell Hesel's dad what we found in the drawer,
Yeah.
because that was a. But I feel like Betty would take the initiative on that because she was the one who asked to do it. She'd knock on the door. I assume he's in like his study or a study of some kind.
He is you begin searching for him and he's just sort of standing by like in the little transitional hallway that leads back up to the manor.
Okay.
He's just sort of looking out the windows that look down at the ocean over there.
Oh,
All right.
sad dad.
Bad dad.
Hey, how you doing?
And I looks up. Pretty rotten. How are you?
Oh, you know, I've been a little bit better. So remember when I asked you if I could go through your wife's drawers
He kind of
like a couple minutes ago?
you found something, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we did. It's a demonic hand, and well, you kind of just push Hesel to the front.
Great job telling him. Great job.
I started the conversation.
Oh, you went to fetch him. I stayed in the room.
There's no way you stayed in the room. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
letting you stay in the room.
No.
Yeah, I would've
Did
stayed
you?
washing my
Okay,
hands.
fine.
Yeah.
If Hesel's not there, then Betty's just gonna fucking own it. And she might sort of kind of be in the abyss, we think.
You gonna come again?
This thing we found, got some information on it from our resident demon expert, and he says that it's a pretty good soul swapping mechanism. And well, Hesal decided to do a quick sending with the little hairpins we have, and he got in contact with your actual wife, who's been gone for about 3 months.
Kinda slowly nods his head while looking out at the water.
I think you went over that part with him, right?
Yeah, yes.
But
Yeah, that kind of adds up with some of my memories.
yeah, and so we found the hand. We both made the very wise choice of well, I made the wise choice of not telling him to touch it, but he decided to touch it. And through a couple of very fun adventures, we well, she we think she's in hell.
Yeah.
So
He just sort of looks out at the ocean and nods. Do you have any good news?
Hesel's a new pet.
He just looks down.
oh.
Congratulations. I'm so happy for him.
We're gonna find a way to fix this, or we're gonna try and find a way to fix this. This is far outside anything I've ever done, but honestly, fuck, like I want his mom back. Couldn't imagine if it was mine.
You know, nods. The whole thing doesn't make me feel like that good of a person that I couldn't even tell. It's just some basic magic.
I mean, this is again we've dealt with. We've dealt with something similar, and they're pretty strong. Like honestly, nobody would expect you to be able to just resist that.
You know. Well, I certainly would hope I could. So, I've been training in magic for damn near 40 years. So, you'd think that some mind control would. No.
I mean, Willow was a top tier spellcaster when she first got here, and she had to relearn everything. So, doesn't matter how much experience you have. Sometimes things just get you, and things change.
Make a persuasion check.
Also, that makes me so happy. You believe that Willow was a top tier spellcaster? Oh,
This never leaves the room.
I know it doesn't leave the room. Yes.
Good lord.
He kind of smirks. Just gonna. Oh, I'll take your word for it. Thanks. I'll try to quit beating myself up over it.
And honestly, now that we know what the problem is, we know how we can fix it. That's the first part, is knowing what we have to fix. And it's not like we can't go, right? Like, it's possible. It's dangerous as hell, but it's possible.
Dangerous as hell. Yeah. Well, I do have some weird eclectic books in the library that I dare not touch or, learn from. Few of them try to play with your mind, stuff, weird
Uh-oh.
things.
Oh.
But you can certainly take a look and avoid the weird ones.
All right. Well, can you
Family hand-me-downs are a little uncomfortable.
That's a whoops.
Yep.
Almost like you should have waited 5 seconds.
All right. Well, could you show me what's up with those? I guess, or we could just go get
can-
Earth and do that.
He's like, yeah, let's well, we've got a lot of books to go through, so let's get everyone together if we can.
All right. I will send out hairpin messages, except for Hesal because he can't hear me, and I just assume that he's.
While we were left behind in the room,
Okay.
I want to try to do 2 things. I can't remember if I tried this or not, so I might just be trying this again, but I tried to psionically reach out to the hand.
Did.
I did? Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that as well.
Alright, second.
Yeah, and just as a recap, it has a feeling like there's something there, but it's not like a sentience.
Alright, and the second thing I want to do. Hey, Ivar.
Mm.
It's something I kind of want to check the extent of something I can do.
Oh.
Can you hand me your sword right quick?
Uh-oh.
No. Not without a lot more detail.
Well, I summoned my sword.
Okay, I'm liking this detail less.
I can do this. And recently, I've been able to do this, and I summon a second sword. That
Big
is
green
a
spectral.
copy of this sword that I've created in my mind.
If it's in your mind,
Oh
how
my
can I see
God.
it?
I want to see if I can create a copy of your weapon.
Oh gosh.
Huh. I'm gonna remind you this is like a magic dispelling blade, right?
Sure, but this isn't really magic, is it? It's just sort of.
I would argue the power.
Well,
of
it probably is
imagination
magic. I
definitely
don't really
magic.
know what it is. Regardless, I just want to see if I can create a copy of it. If I can, that whole like cut and magic thing you do, that'd be super useful.
Nope. No touch sword. Mine.
I need a few minutes. That's all.
You are more likely to be stabbed by me.
Look. Keep saying no, and all this means is I have to be secretive about it. None of us want that.
I don't think you want that.
So just hand it over for a second, and we can get past this. All right.
Ooh, good sell, but no.
Look, we'll trade for a few minutes.
I would draw and level my sword at this point.
All right. We'll do this the hard way.
What is the hard way?
I sneak in later when he's asleep.
Yeah.
I go to dispel his swords.
Actually, that's a good test.
Sure.
We'll see if that works.
Yeah, I will do that.
All right. A roll to attack sword.
I attack sword. Oh, did that go through? What the fuck did that do?
Oh, that was. What did it do there in the
It's
middle?
my IEC, so it probably
I
hits the
don't-
sword.
Yeah.
I don't know what it did, to be honest. My thing just like had a little freak out on its side. The first roll for me is always like weird when I'm getting set back up in D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Mm.
But did that come through?
I did, but it's a plus
Yeah, it's a
13, which
17
is wild. I don't think
Oh,
that's
is it-
correct.
That is actually correct.
Plus 13?
1
That
minute.
seems crazy. That
Hold up.
seems a lot.
If you had your potion drink, it'd be +6. Proficiency is +4.
4. And it's a
Yep.
plus 2
Plus
weapon.
10.
+2 weapon would be +12.
I got a +5 right now on my dexterity.
Oh, yeah, plus 5 on your dexterity. So that's 9.
So it
That's
should be
only 11.
+11. Where's the extra +2 from?
I have the lucky stone.
That-
Oh, is that where though? No, wait. Okay, where the fuck
What's
is
the
this doing
lucky
this
stone?
Where is it?
Is it on your character sheet?
Yeah, this came from my character sheet.
Okay, I'll look at your character sheet.
Hold up.
I have
I'm sure.
DM powers.
Am I able to actually look at the pluses here? Get my face. I was like, customize? Nope, it's not customize. Where is the thing? I'm surprised it doesn't show me a breakdown of where all the pluses are coming from.
Who made the awakened version of your weapon? Was it you or was it DM?
I
It
did.
was DM.
Yeah, I replaced the old +1 with a +2. It's not. It shouldn't be adding those together.
Yeah, because
this
your
is
damage is
Brandon's fault.
+7, so that's correct.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I need to figure out
Oh.
how to
These
break this.
+7.
Well, it's got a
Or
+5 for
+13.
the. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a +5 plus.
Yeah, +2 from the weapon.
You
Yeah.
don't have a fighting style that ends a plus to anything?
Nope, not the moment. I'm really shocked there's not a breakdown of where all the.
He's got 2 weapon fighting, which doesn't help him.
Do I?
You do.
Yeah, your fighting
Oh,
style.
Oh, I do have 2 weapon fighting.
Yeah, it's why you can fight and shoot your crossbow.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Just haven't
Yeah.
had the crossbow in a while because now we have, Murder Gauntlet.
Yeah.
You can still use your crossbow with your murder gauntlet.
You know what? Good point. Didn't think of that.
Murder gauntlet's a one-off punch.
I'm just trying to figure
Yeah,
out where
so-
the fuck the breakdown is.
Yeah.
Well, we can figure it out
But,
later.
yeah,
Plus
there's a
+11.
breakdown.
Yeah, something has happened. It's a +11 though. Say for
Yeah.
sure.
I'll find it eventually.
I'll say a 15 is enough to hit the weapon itself. And it's strange. There's no clang. There's like an image of a clang of metal on metal, but your sword just sort of stops and sinks in like a quarter of an inch and stops like it's hit something solid, but you feel like it feels like you've almost swung into like jello or like a fat and it's just stopped hard.
Ooh.
But there's no
Not a fun feeling.
it's not a there's nothing for the sword to grab onto.
Interesting. Okay.
But
Look at the actual magic item.
Oh.
'Cause I wonder if you've added +2 twice because +2 to attack roll and then +2 to damage roll or something.
I didn't add anything. I just literally put this in.
yeah.
Strange.
But
I'll figure it out later.
yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or it's grabbing something weird, but that's fine. But yeah. you two cross blades, but it ends anticlimactically.
Weird jello sword.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I would probably disengage and take a half step back
Okay.
for more defensive posture.
Do you follow up with anything right now?
Nope.
Hesal or
No.
the weapon fades away. I will leave that awkward and pregnant pause for what are the others doing?
I'm gonna go see if Willow's fucked herself.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, so I would have got. When in time would I have gotten the
before
hairpin
they
lifted?
had this conversation.
Oh,
So they would have had
Oh,
they would have you would have had the books and then they would have
You
had the
have-
conversation.
You have an innate +2 from something. Because I just added a rapier to your inventory, and the rapier is +11. It's a normal rapier. It should be +9.
Yeah.
Something you have
Oh.
is giving you +2 to. It looks like melee attack rolls.
melee. Yeah.
Interesting.
Weird.
Inventory.
Is that-
It's not the stone
It
of
wouldn't be
luck, right?
dueling.
No, that's a pili check. Nope, I don't have dueling. I don't think I even have dueling.
No.
It wouldn't be because dueling's to a damage.
Hmm.
The feet that's kicking around in here somewhere.
Perhaps.
Do you?
We'll figure this out later.
Yeah.
As we have
Doesn't
said.
matter. I just saw your Kooky Bird suggestion.
Yeah.
I don't think that would work. I think he would figure out a way to get out. He's stronger than you think he
so I
is.
would have gone, searched through the books, found the book, like be sitting down at the desk, and then gotten the message of, "Hey, everybody, let's go to the library."
Yes. So
All
you'd
right, I
already
would,
already be into the books.
I would take a moment and be like, "Don't worry, already on it. Found some useful leads," and I will continue. Okay, so idea first, with my handy dandy owl. I'm going to expend un spell slot of the first level to cast comprehend language.
Alrighty, you casting comprehend language.
Yes.
Alrighty.
We'll see if that gets me anywhere with this book, that has the words squiggling all over the page.
Mm-hmm. Whatever. Okay.
Sorry, my dog is going absolutely nuts with a water bottle.
It's not coming through, so you're good.
Okay, so what was the... Okay, so we're in the room, Willow's looking at stuff, is that what's happening?
Willow has cast comprehend languages on the book.
Okay,
And
are
and
me
he's
and Hesel's
still
dad in the
currently
room?
alone.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay,
You are or you aren't?
are we in the room?
No. She is
No?
by
Okay.
herself.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
thought. You would have just gotten a message back from Willow saying, "I'm already on it. I've found something
Okay.
interesting."
Okay.
As you cast comprehend language, the text fades from the book entirely,
Oh.
and the first page is replaced with, "What would you do for power?"
Hmm.
What would I do for power?
The second line appears. What would you give for knowledge? A piece of yourself? A friend?
Oh no. Okay, I'm writing.
Fucking Tom Riddle.
Well, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Don't touch weird books.
It sucks that it's wisdom saving throw too. It's like my worst one.
No,
Next to
+5.
strength.
No, +5.
No, plus. Oh, yeah, +5 now?
On your wizard.
So, I'm sorry, I'm
No,
typing.
I mean you don't get the or no +4 from Betty. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get the aura.
You don't get the aura.
What? Wisdom save, you said?
Yep, wisdom save.
Manu, do I get anything from you? I get advantage on. Nope, that's wisdom checks.
Let's see if that
Okay.
works.
Well, we're gonna, yeah. Damn it. Okay. Please be gentle. Ooh, 11. should I use my inspiration? I have one.
Desperately want to see what happens with this. I really do.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
you know what happened. It happened last game. I
Did it?
just
Yeah,
was
that's true.
obsessed over a spell book, and you guys had to fight me for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We did smack you a lot. All right. Well, let's see. Yep, I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna struggle.
Alrighty.
What does my 11 get me?
Willa, do you have any sharp implements among your personage?
Bullets?
I do not
Okay.
There's
actually.
plenty of coils, actually. Has to.
Now
possibly
you
buy their
pat
coils.
your pockets and realize you don't have anything sharp. So you bite off your pinky.
Ah,
Oh dear God. Okay. Jesus.
all right. Compulsively bite off.
Oh wait, hold up. Which
Okay,
one?
yeah, which one? That's I mean, because Willow's left-handed,
Probably right.
pinky
Yeah.
would be
Yeah. Well, the one you don't need as much.
compulsively bite
Yeah.
off right pinky.
So you
What's
take
wrong with your house?
a D4 plus your Dex modifier.
Oh no. R D4. And my dex is actually really like kind of high. +3. So that's how much damage I take.
Yes, you take 4
Oh,
damage
I'll leave 4.
as you bite your pinky off, and it falls onto the book and disappears.
Oh, it's a Houdini trick.
Pinky is gone, absorbed into book.
Fine.
Concern.
It's fine.
I don't think it is.
It's fine.
I don't think it is either. I want my finger back.
Gone now. Toodaloo.
I know. I know.
The wound sort of magically stitches itself closed with a black thread.
Oh god.
Save for a few drops of blood on the desk, the wound looks completely healed. You are just now missing a pinky.
Oh no.
And the text on the book appears before you.
Oh no.
A sprawling set of diagrams, an understanding of some lost magics. You may have to study it, but entails of a number of ways to accrue and benefit deities, betrayer and otherwise.
Solid.
And
Well,
mhm,
yeah. I will study.
yeah,
But I will study with my goal in mind, which is to
sure,
locate.
yeah, absolutely.
Nope, I'm locating specifically what, like, something, a spell process that resembles what I saw on the around the hand, because I used comprehend languages to read that as well, and then how to undo it. That is my specific goal in mind.
Okay, so I will say, yeah, you begin looking for your current goal, but I will say keep in mind, as your character, you don't remember biting off your finger. You just remember that this knowledge that you're looking at right now is important to you now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yep. Got it.
Make me another investigation check with advantage. As you
Why do I
begin.
have to be so bad at why do I have to be so bad at wisdom saves?
there you go.
Nat 20. 25.
Okay.
Would Betty and Hesel's dad be walking to the
Yes,
library?
you would
Okay.
be coming in just about now as she flips to a page, and you notice in the corner of a single page of this book, it has a single droplet of blood, no larger than the dot of an eye on it.
And it would be recognizable as Willow's blood, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah,
It's-
it's bioluminescent.
It's not.
Yeah. Oh, it's not.
It's red.
Huh. Weird.
And you see a page talking about, in this particular book, where's my notes? On something called the Tethetic Guards. An order of arcane empowered demonic guards that guard something called the Onyx Soul Siphon.
It definitely sounds like above our pay grade.
Yep.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Okay. What does this look vaguely familiar to what that hand do?
You'll have to continue reading, but as you get to this, Betty and Mr. Blackwater enter, and you sort of scurry the book under another to protect it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a number of books on the table.
Do I still see the blood on that one?
No, she turns and puts it effortly under another book.
So did I ever see it, or
No.
was it
as,
okay, never? Okay.
as the door opens, you see she's sitting at a desk with about 40 books.
All right, nerd, what's up?
Oh, I'm just looking through the books, trying to find some old information.
He
Well,
kinda-
I'm
I'll,
hoping to reverse engineer the spell around the hand.
all right, well, seems like you got a head start. Just be a little bit careful. There's a couple of funky ones apparently.
Oh, that's
Lord Blackwater sort of looks around and he goes, "Oh, good, you got the ones up there. Yeah, there's." And he kind of points towards a corner that looks pretty familiar to you, Willow, and you go, "Yeah, that's I'd stay away from books from that corner, but everything else is fair game." He kind of looks at the table and he's like, "Oh, it looks like, well," he's like, "I don't see that one, so you're fine. There's another couple up there that are a little power hungry is what I'd call them, but I mean, should be fine."
Literally or figuratively?
Does
Does it matter?
well, I would not stake my interest or curiosity into those books. It's better left be.
All right, sounds good. I wasn't going to anyways.
Oh man,
What?
this is driving me insane.
What?
What?
Ivar's character sheet, I don't understand.
Its best part too is you keep saying you're gonna let it be, and you don't.
Betty
this is
went
my
out-
favorite part
everything.
because
searched
I'm not the
everything.
only person being tortured by knowledge.
For no reason. For no
Be-
reason.
Betty
He has
would
a
look-
+2 to all melee attacks.
It's just because I'm badass. What can I tell you?
His longsword should be a +4 because he has no strength modifier and 4 initiative, but it's a +6. Or a +6. I don't get it.
Don't
So
know
Betty-
where it came from.
Betty would look at Hesel's dad and tell him that he should stick near her because she's pretty dope, and then he'll feel better, and books will be less painful.
Books will be less. He's just kind of like, sure, yeah. And sort of autonomously does a little bit of a cha-cha slide to the left away from you as you say that.
He just crosses her arms. Fine. Okay, fine.
But yeah, they begin helping you look.
As soon as they are far enough away from me that I feel like I could get the other book out without getting noticed, I will continue to read.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you do the kid hiding a comic book in a book trick, and put the smaller book in a big book, and begin like pacing around on the other side of the room while they begin looking through.
You know, I have a few more divine senses. Can I send those out and see if there's anything like
Sure.
spooky?
Yeah. Other than your ghost compadres, no.
I really need to put those in like a bag that doesn't.
Ghost bag.
Ghost bag.
You having a problem? Put them in the ghost bag. That's just the plot of Ghostbusters. Except for it's a box. Who are you gonna call? Ghost baggers. Doesn't have the same ring to it, unfortunately.
Dude, if I put them in a lead line box, they're just never hear from them again.
Drop them in the ocean like that.
Nor.
They'd find their way out eventually.
Okay, that's not a bad idea. We could make Nor charged and then put them in the box.
Oh no. That'd be
Emergency
so sad.
Nor.
Don't charge your Nor.
But I have a question.
Yes.
How much Pinky is now missing? Is it just the whole thing, or is it just the first knuckle?
First knuckle, like nub.
Okay. All right. That gives me some wiggle room.
How much passive perception do we need to see a half a pinky?
Oh, pretty
Higher
high.
than 17.
Pretty high. So
Like
Higher
a
than
passive
17?
perception of 18?
probably higher. She doesn't seem to be. She seems completely nonchalant.
She doesn't know that she did this.
Yeah. It is gone, and it is far in, healed like by a year.
Oh, Jesus.
So you'll have to be sort of looking for it, but we'll see. We'll see as we go along.
I'm not going to. I want to see this fester for as long as humanly possible.
Also not here.
Well, where is Esayawed?
Probably messing with the boat.
Okay.
Trying to figure out what additional materials we need to replace with the or from after the storm.
Okay. I will
still need that diagram of the ship, or like just a simple diagram of the ship.
Yeah.
Because I want to modify a couple of those extra rooms.
I mean, I can.
Being a cage?
Yeah. More so, getting that alchemist room fully set up.
You know what? That might not be a bad idea. But also, we need to make a cage.
Yeah, I guess we need a cage. No, what do we need? Oh yeah.
Now we need a cage for both Hesal and his pet.
Yeah. But gonna be doing a little bit of fireproofing for Hesel's bird.
So let's do this real fast so that we can get this out of the way, because you keep asking, but it keeps being in session that it's asked.
thought I asked you a couple times out of session.
I don't think so, because I always like, hey, remind me of. I'm like, I'm the biggest dipshit, and I have the memory of a goldfish that's like been swimming in
is there a way
caffeine
for
for
me to-
like 6 months.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there a way for me to schedule Discord things? Because I also need you to help me with my oath.
I know. I wanted to help you on.
Can I just send you like? Can I schedule that to like?
I wanted to try to help you on Tuesday, but you weren't here, so I couldn't do it. So I left.
You could create an event, or maybe that's only. Do you have? I don't have event permissions.
I have event permissions. I'll do it.
All right. So it is a very basic ship. I'm just going to do this really fast with the things on screen.
It can literally just be a cube with a bunch of boxes that show where stuff vaguely is.
I'm going to do.
It does not need to be detailed at all.
I'm going to do red, sure. Here is the very shitty book. Here is. I'm gonna put there's mast 1, there's mast 2. Here's the little foxhole that I hate the name of. Here's the entrance to downstairs. It down there. Here is the slightly raised platform with the cover and everything on the top of the ship. And Betty's little fucking house at the top of that sail.
No, the world's worst house. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what?
You figured it out.
Yep.
You need to share.
What was it?
You have to edit your item. It is a +2 weapon that also gives a +2 to all melee or all, I guess, melee attack rolls.
Interesting.
So that's applying to all of his other weapons as well as that weapon on top of it.
Interesting.
Oh, okay, so it's doubling up.
Yep.
Interesting.
So I guess it's 2 different segments in the magic item creation. Like your plus modifier is different than like a plus to melee attack. I don't know. I'd have to look at the item itself, but I just unequipped the item from him and it removed the bonus from everything else.
So here's the captain's room. Here is the storage / books. And then mess hall. And then
I will go edit said item.
all of these are the little segmented rooms. I'm not going to draw all the individual. But these are all the rooms on the sides here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Here's the downstairs ladder or the staircase that goes down, and then here's the hallway. It's like a real thin hallway. Like,
All right.
That's-
I'm gonna snip this and then
and then the
version.
rooms are small, like along here.
There's what? How many rooms total?
There
16?
there are 8 on each side, so 16. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. the balcony. Yeah. The balcony has been added. So enjoy my terrible drawing, everybody in stream.
Great. Well, this gives me something to work with.
You know, it's not vampire related, but it is undead related. They got any ghost books?
There are books on ghosts. What do you want to know about ghosts?
How to release ghost from object?
That's
or how
they're
ghost
not
get
gonna
in
find any help.
That's fair.
Because all of the things are like, put some salt on it or dip it in holy water and just it's...
Oh
Yeah.
shit, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna try and make holy water. Fuck.
I mean, don't have to try. You just can.
I know, but
Pretty easy for you.
You just have
Just
to.
what
One
you-
first level spell slot.
I would argue even pirate paladin, you just go grab a scoop full of seawater and there you go, holy water.
okay, they lasted for 7 days.
It also didn't hydrate you at all.
Well, good. You're not supposed to be drinking holy water to hydrate.
I mean, why not?
Just to dihydrate.
Get your purification and your hydration all in one
Yeah.
stop shop. Makes perfect sense.
I guess, yeah, do they have any alchemy books? That's a good point that I just came up with.
Some basic alchemy books.
Just basic, nothing special?
Nothing special. No one here in the family is an alchemist.
You
Pro-
look for
probably
alchemy books
more
in
than I've
every
taught
city
you anyway.
You go to, you buy one, and then you don't read it.
Yeah, this is true. You have like 4 books on alchemy books. So.
Yeah, but they were the training books.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Yeah, they were.
Mm-mm.
But
Oh,
you're
dear.
still training.
You've
I
got,
have
you've
to
got
do
2
that.
basic training ones and then an intermediate one that you got from
Oh yeah, I have to
Um,
get from pleasure.
what?
Yeah.
Of some slight other stuff. So you have some books. You can
Okay,
make
then,
stuff.
You know what? I fucking. Is there anything cool? Are there any books that look cool that aren't like?
There's lots of
you
cool
know?
books in here.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
Ghosts.
What are you buying?
Or on- I'm gonna. Yes, there's some books on some basic ghosts that you know about. None of the
know
cool
what?
books are about ghosts.
You know what? We're looking for. Can I look for like different layers? Let's actually be helpful. Different layers of the abyss and any that mention sulfur.
A lot of the books that
All of them.
Willow brought down.
Oh, I
They
everybody's
all
sulfur.
contain the element of sulfur.
Yeah.
That
After
would
about
make
5
sense.
minutes,
Yeah.
Betty's just gonna like look at the bookshelf and just kind of go,
Yeah,
Am I alone in the room now if I didn't go to the library?
It depends on if Ivar is just still standing
Don't
in the
touch
same
the
room.
fucking hand. Don't do that.
I will babysit hand.
Okay, so Ivar's still in the room with Bay.
I will handy sit.
Okay.
Especially because now I gotta keep a death grip on my sword.
I'm gonna kind of like, close my eyes and focus inwards and try to reach out, to one. What was his name? Capish.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lord
Yeah, I'm just
Tepe.
gonna reach out and be like, "Is there any easy fix to this?" Essentially.
No, but I have a new pinky.
Fuck
you
you.
make
I'm
a
so mad.
ooh
Why are you
make
reading
a
books
make
to
a
make me your
religion check with your charisma
I didn't know
modifier.
it was. I did not know that it was going to make
Okay.
me sacrifice a Panqui.
Dude, the
I would
libraries are dangerous
argue-
now.
I would argue you're the first person who
11.
Oh, I
would
thought it
know
was
that
a
knowledge
1.
is
I
dangerous.
thought it was a 1.
You attempt to reach out and find only silence.
Reminds me of someone else.
Do the ghosts know anything?
Look, Hesal is literally just like, look, whoever helps me, I'm cool with. So he's like, all right, that's fine. You're gonna ignore me? I'm gonna go to the other guy. He's gonna get down and pray to push it
Okay.
over the box.
Make a regular wisdom or make a regular religion check.
Let's go to the other guy.
Look, he goes to whoever helps, man. He doesn't feel particularly strongly for anybody. 16.
It's better than 11.
You get a swelling feeling of dread that you know it's almost like you've seen or like the shadow of a memory that you already know how to fix this, but it's not quite in your grasp.
can't boost this. I'm not proficient.
Yeah.
Have I used my lucky stone? What have we done today?
I don't know.
Delivered bad news, searched the room, fought the hand. That's really it. I don't think you've used
Are
your
you
lucky
using a
stone
different
today.
lucky stone than what I'm using?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's called a lucky charm. It's added d6 to something once per day. It was in the list of items that.
Okay, I was just confused because you
think
keep
it's a
saying the lucky
Pathfinder
stone. I'm like, my
conversion.
lucky stone's like passive as long as I have it.
Yeah. I don't know if I've used it today because.
You did use it because you added 2d6 to something today because you used a psionic and a lucky at the same time.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was, but that was
I
like
don't either.
start of last session.
Sounds roughly from there.
But
Can you be-
Willow, you continue reading with your
Mhm.
book. Just make me a stealth check
All right. I hope I
or
fail.
a sleight of hand.
It's the same roll.
Okay.
I hope I fail. Come on, nat 1, nat 1, nat 1, nat 1.
Calling
Where
to
you
the
get the
powers.
Well,
12.
no. It'll take a moment, but you continue reading undisturbed while Betty looks for cool books.
Betty,
Cool books.
Betty is going to request aid from the lesbian and the ex-ladies man in this.
And what do
Okay,
you?
you're
They
gonna
have
need.
any information.
She's talking about the ghosts in her
gonna need-
pocket.
Oh, okay.
I can feel your confusion grow. As you don't.
I was just-
Sometimes you don't speak, Rose.
I don't. Yeah. You're right. I don't speak Rose.
Yeah, but yeah. Willow, you can.
For some reason, maybe they have information on this.
I
It
will.
reminds me-
I will say they do not have a lot of dealings with the demon world. However, there are about 100 books you can read from that have demons in them.
Yeah.
This library is chock full of weird eldritch knowledge and things of that nature.
Can I just roll like a 1d20 in the demon section?
Sure.
Like, I just...
Well, I'm trying to figure out what you are looking for. You said layers
Betty
of...
is looking for literally anything that can help.
Okay, Rose, you have 100 books. You have to narrow it down.
I know, I understand.
These are all useful books. But what are you looking for?
You know what? Fucking hand lady demon type.
Okay, you're looking for hand lady demon type. Make an investigation check.
Can I do a perception?
Nope.
Okay.
Reading books is not about looking at them and just.
Can I look at the shit that Willow
Any
already has on
motherfucker
the
can
table?
look at a book.
You
Can
have
I
to.
look at the shit that Willow already has on the table?
That's what I'm saying. Those are the books that I'm trying to get you to look at.
I want to look at those fucking books, man.
Alright.
I'm gonna look for hand lady demon type.
How did it take us 20 minutes to come back down to that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Could
Read the
Do I
books,
get
Rose.
Do I
Find
get
the missing
advantage
pinky.
on this? Do I get advantage on this because I'm a fucking blood hunter?
Yes, you would.
Nice.
Actually, yes, you would.
I had to turn my AC
I
on.
look at the things on Willow's desk. There you go, 18.
All right, you begin looking through while I continue giving information to Will.
Do you find food?
Oh, Will come back to you like I've been trying to. You continue to read on this very specific topic that you have the book on. you begin to read about ancient rituals and abilities to swap a body and a soul with another location if a body and soul are there to trap. This is the main point of the Onyx Soul Siphons. These interdimensional housings for uses by the demon lords of the Abyss, of certain ones that know of this existence. Primarily the ones fighting over the Blood Throne.
Okay, I don't know what the blood.
You
Throne
don't know
is.
what the Blood
Don't
Throne
care
is.
either. I don't care either.
Well, you should care, because it seems like you begin to put two and two together that maybe Lady Blackwater wasn't wholly in all good in her attempts to find power and information. Maybe she was reading from this book and gave her the idea. But that's no concern to you, because this book is giving you good information.
Of course.
You begin to read about setting up rituals to contact rituals to what is it? Where is it? Contact. Where is he? Wait 1 second. Something called Nalahim. Nalahim. And you get a spelling for that.
Well, thank you.
Nalahim the Deal Maker.
Oh, that I don't like that.
But you do see a set on another page. You do see a set of three concentric circles of runes that look very similar to the ones that are carved into the bottom of a desk drawer. However, there is no hand in this drawing.
Hmm.
I need you to make me another wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Yes,
Does
you
she
know,
get
Pinky.
Betty's +4 because Betty's in the room?
It depends on where she is. Are you trying
Betty
to?
would be right next to me. So.
I was gonna say,
She-
trying to hide it. You're trying to hide the book.
Yeah.
So I would say you're.
I mean, because I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know that I was doing it, so I wouldn't know to hide it.
No, you actively know you're hiding the book from them. You do not want them to
Oh
see.
no,
this
not the book, not the book. The fighting.
Oh yeah, you're not
Problem.
hiding the book. You're not hiding your bite mark, but you're hiding the book from them. Is what I
Yeah.
mean. So you're
Okay.
probably across the room.
Okay, fine.
I know. I'm sorry. I mean, the accursed eldritch
you're not.
knowledge.
No, you're not.
You're the one who
not
wanted
sorry.
to get into the books immediately. I couldn't stop you.
I didn't. You didn't try.
You're right. I can't tell you that they're dangerous.
You didn't even say you get a bad feeling about this book.
You
said
don't.
this book.
Yeah, it's a plain black book with white paper.
Ay, ay, ay. All
The
right.
D&D group is dissolving before Averia.
14. Fuck.
14. Okay.
It's 3 better than the last time.
Yeah, it's
but
better. It's better.
Not enough.
You are compelled to not look at the next page, but you fight past that compulsion. Seems to be information over here that something doesn't want you to know, but with a 14, it's just enough to turn the page.
Oh shit. So the book was trying to selectively keep information from me.
Yes.
That's not good.
On the next page, it begins. Oh, first off, a lot of the text here is still sort of jumbled. Like it's trying to evade you, but you can still read it. But you get snippets instead of like direct like paragraphs.
Yeah.
But a lot of this text is about which runes to remove at a time to peel apart the circle of conveyance is what it is called.
Oh.
And it also states, as you continue, now you're sort of wandering about the room. Roll me a d8.
Oh, fuck me. Circle
On a-
diffusion.
While this roll is happening,
1.
Mhm.
does anyone remember if there was any particulars about where people were in the boat?
Yes. There. I had a sheet somewhere at some point. Everyone had numbered. Because rooms, it went back and forth. 15 and 16 were at the end of the. Were closest to the mess hall. And I think. I don't remember who was in much room. I'll have to see if I can find the notes, but pretty much everybody took rooms at the end of the hallway closest to the mess room first.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that, oh wait, no, I did have Saywin back there because that was closest to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because the like 13 to 16, the stuff that's like closer to the captain's quarters, all those got taken immediately, and people were like, well, I want to be across to this one. I was like, wow, okay. I was thinking that I thought everyone would just like pick their favorite number out of 16 and not like group up at the end. But I was going to say on a 1 to 4, you end up on the side of the room with Betty, so make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Do I get the +5 from Betty or +4 from Betty?
Yes, yeah, you're on the side. You're sort of just pacing around the room, trying to look nonchalant.
16.
16, better.
Damn it.
Well, the book is still trying to hide information from you as you go deeper, so this is a good thing.
Okay, yeah. But I want to just trounce this book.
Oh, you can't now. You're tied to it. Someone else will have to do it for you.
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping that maybe Betty has a passive higher than 12.
Betty has a passive of 17.
Yeah, but the stealth was to hide the book, so she'll notice that you're reading a book, but I mean it just looks like a nondescript book to her.
What's the passive of the ghosts?
What was that?
So what's the passive of the ghosts?
Probably not as good as your passive.
10.
Yeah, probably not.
Their passives are 10 while they are in their ghost form.
Rowan can't see shit.
Yeah. You can only see as far as your blind sight. So.
Okay.
So people come in and out of his sight all the time. It's like while you've got him. Because I think they had like a
blind sight? Neat.
Yeah, they're linked to your blind sight.
That's cool.
But as you begin looking at the circle of conveyance, is you begin to read, and the words solidify for you.
Okay.
Because you passed that DC as well. The circle of conveyance is a number of ways that Nalahim gets followers. And peeling apart the circle of conveyance is in itself a magical trap, because if done in an incorrect order, which this page now gives a more correct version of it, you will summon you'll summon the guards to you to imprison you as well.
Oh fuck.
And one of the things that you need primarily is either access to the teleport spell or access to the spell plane shift to begin opening the door.
Okay, so
Teleport or teleportation circle?
Teleport.
Okay.
yeah,
Or 7th.
yeah, I ain't got neither.
To either teleport or plane shift to open the door, and then peeling apart the locks that are on the circle of conveyance will take time and some decent rolls.
Shit. I would have said that out loud because it's frustrating to not be able to do things.
Betty be like, what's wrong? Looking
Oh,
up from, I assume, whatever she's doing.
Just learning unfortunate things that will take time.
All right.
Oh.
You wanna tell us that, or?
No, it's fine.
Make a wisdom saving throw a bit. Or Willow.
Yep. And I've got.
I thought we were sharing things now.
Damn it. 17. I just want to try and get some. I want a 20.
You pull up another random book from this allotment in your arms. And you can give your information from that book, but if anyone tries to go for that one, you sort of get a little dodgy.
Can I roll an insight?
After she gives the information, sure.
Okay, yeah, after she gives the information. But like, do I see her being dodgy? Like, is that something that I can?
She doesn't seem to be dodgy until she gives the information.
Okay. But
well, I've just been reading about a demon lord of some sort who makes deals, and I think it's probably fairly likely to assume that Lady Blackwater was involved with this demon lord in some capacity, and yeah, the process to sort of potentially get her freed is well, somewhat trifling, but unfortunately I need magic that I haven't quite yet reacquired.
All right, well that's good to know though. That's a good thing. We know we have more steps, and she'd kind of look to Hesel's dad with like a reassuring smile.
he looks less he kind of looks a little confused. He goes, "Where are you reading that? What book is that?" He kind of walks towards you with a little.
I just sort of discovered it through reading some of the older books.
He goes, "Yeah, but I've never read that, and I've skimmed everything that wasn't from the old." collection that was handed down. Is that from one of those books?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know which books were the collection and which were not.
Because can I have it? It's sort of my book.
Oh, sure. And I hand him one of the other books.
Mm. Now, Betty, you can make a inside check.
I was like, that's dodgy as fuck.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, you gotta play things out.
Okay.
I want my fucking pinky back. I want my pinky back, Brandon.
24.
Jesus Christ.
24. You watch her arm tuck a little bit behind her hand or behind her back as she hands the one from her right hand.
Can I try and dexterously try and grab the book from the one that she held?
Sure, make a sleight of hand check. Oh, yeah, sleight of hand.
Yeah. It's not gonna be, it may not be good, but we'll try it.
Look, you're following August's path, alright? You're gonna lose a lot of limbs.
9.
I am not
Willow.
following August's path. How dare you?
Willow, I need you
Yeah.
to make a dex saving throw.
And you
Okay.
DC 9 with a
Okay,
plus
so
4.
+4 to it. Because Betty's there.
Mhm.
Well, you wouldn't have
Let's-
plus 4 though. If
Because it's a saving throw.
doesn't matter. In this instance, she is not an ally. If you're trying to contest her,
Yeah, that's
That
yeah.
is true, yeah.
All
It's not
right.
like,
So
oh, I can't turn it off. Enemies benefit.
to meet DC 9, I would have to make a 6 or higher.
That'll be easy.
4. Yes!
Wow. She tries to like back up and just drops the book and you just snatch it up.
Yeah. Betty would just kind of like throw it around in her hand. All right, and I think this one might be important.
Basically, you're gonna have to do like the one hand out and the other hand holding the book away from Willow as she
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Like
scrambles
I
to
imagine
get it.
that Betty's trying to just like Willow's face is in her hand, and Willow's trying to like claw at her like a cartoon.
Yeah, she's like
Pretty much, yeah.
reaching up for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
I
classic
hand the
high
book
school
over to-
bully.
I hand the book over to Hesel's dad.
But it's funny because Betty's so much shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Betty is
It's
so
like the
much
opposite
shorter.
of what it should be.
I don't think Betty's that much shorter than
Betty
Willow.
is
Betty's like
5'4".
4'10" or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she's like 6 inches
Betty
shorter
is
than Willow.
5'4".
Yeah.
Oh no, she's only like 2 inches shorter than Willow.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Willow was huge for some reason.
No, Willow's.
That's because all of our characters last campaign were giants.
Yeah. Everyone was like 6 foot minimum. Fuck you.
Yeah, I think.
And
I
I'm
think
wearing heels to
was-
this gauntlet. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cora was 5'11" and she was the shortest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This time, Saywin is the tallest.
I think
I mean,
so,
Lorraine
yeah.
was just. Lorraine was a special creature.
But
Don't
yeah.
talk about that.
But
Yeah, I hand it over to Hesel's dad because Betty doesn't want to be handling demonic things any longer than she wants to.
yeah, he grabs it and he goes, "Oh shit, god damn!" You watch him toss a he pulls a bag out from like it just like appears out of nowhere and he throws it in and ties it. Seemingly some sort of bag of holding, or
All
but
right.
it disappears. He goes, "Oh god damn it! That was the one. That was the one I was trying to tell you all about."
No. Betty, look at Willow.
As soon as the book disappears, Willow,
Yeah.
you begin to feel
Why?
ill. You need your book back.
I don't feel so good.
Or
Did
just
you
please,
two make
please tell
it?
me you didn't do any kind of like fucking blood sacrifice or something to it, right? Like that's
I need you to make a Constitution saving
that's
throw,
the
Willow.
minimum that you didn't do, right?
All right, Constitution saving throw.
Congle dude and data do.
19.
With a +4 from
Yeah.
Okay,
That's,
so 23.
23. You don't immediately black out, but you watch as her hand begins to remove the blood from her body.
Wait, what?
She watches her finger just spouts like a fountain.
Oh, I'm gonna try. I use all my lay on hands on Hesal. I'm
You
gonna
did.
use. I do. Okay, I'm gonna use a cure wounds on her because I have that still.
Okay. It does not heal.
It does not heal.
Oh no.
Okay.
You watch as the magic tries to go to stitch the wound and then putters out black.
I am going. All
We
right.
need Ivar to stab her hand.
No, she's no. Betty's
Question.
gonna look at.
Question.
Betty's gonna look.
Is the
Betty's gonna.
blood is the blood the normal color or is the blood red?
The blood that is coming out of you is the normal color. You take 2
Okay,
points of damage.
Yeah.
Oh
Betty
dear.
is going to look at not Ivar's dad, fucking Hesel's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Ivar's dad's dead. That's unfortunate, but we have to move on.
I knew who the fuck my father was.
He goes, do you have remove curse? I believe this is a curse.
No, but if you get me a sewing needle, I might be able to stop this fight.
Oh, god damn it. Get your cleric. I'm going to see if I have another scroll. Fuck. He just runs.
Anyone, we need you here like yesterday?
Cripe, what happening?
Willow is bleeding out, and we need you right now.
I'm coming.
And oh god, the bleed out is gonna be awful too, because it's gonna be high pressure, because all
Yeah.
of her blood's trying to leave through
Like literally
a
what
half-inch
Betty's
diameter
Yeah,
hole.
plan is right
it's-
now is she's going to just like she's gonna try and literally sew it shut.
You take 9 more points of damage as you have like a stream of blood coming out of you.
Ugh.
Where is
Okay.
Remove Curse? I know I have it.
So do you have it
You do
prepared?
have it.
Prepared.
Level
Ridiculous.
I don't
I
have
have
it
it. I
prepared.
don't have it prepared.
Oh no,
Or no, I don't even
I'm
have it. I
gonna-
don't think it's just, that's a cleric thing.
I'm gonna die.
Somebody,
Do I get that needle and thread?
do you have a needle and thread?
I asked him to get some. because
He ran for see if he had a scroll of remove curse still.
That's valid. Let's see what I actually have in my inventory because I have a lot of random shit. Let's see. Let's go.
It is a paladin spell, by the way. You probably just don't have third level.
No, I
spells.
don't. I just don't have it. Would there be? Let me see.
I like not having a hairpin anymore.
Hesal just vibing with
I'm
the.
just praying to I'm alternating. Like, all right, one
Yeah.
of you answer.
All right, this is gonna be a long shot. But in my thieves' tool, is there any steel wire?
Oh god.
You want to
No.
die?
Why would the thieves' tools have a
Tripwire?
steel?
I would say,
Kind of like a Swiss Army knife, but specialized.
yeah, you would have like a pocket, like a pocket saw, but you wouldn't have like steel thread.
I wouldn't have steel thread in there.
No.
Would I have any in my alchemist kit? Or
Prob-
anything, and literally anything
Ye-
that's like.
Make
You have
me.
an alchemist kit, right? You said.
Yeah.
What's massive in alchemy? I'm gonna give you 3 seconds to think of this. 1, 2, 3. Clay
can't-
is the answer. Just shove clay against her thumb.
I was gonna say turning her blood into gold, and then that's not gonna be helpful. But
You just have to
No, that
plug-
would-
You just have to put pressure and stop the bleeding.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
If
Betty,
we wait,
think of
if we
this.
wait,
You know what? Sure.
if we
I'm gonna make
if
it-
we
I'm
wait
gonna
half
make
an
it
hour,
nice.
the blood will dry silver.
Betty might think of this. I feel like a 12 is.
So yeah, I mean, you would. I was gonna say
Yeah.
you have some gauze and things and filters and things like that for your alchemy stuff. So I mean,
Yeah,
you
I'm
could-
just gonna literally try and plug the hole.
Okay.
That's the plan right now.
yeah, I would say a 12 is enough to begin patching. I'll decrease it to a D6.
Just chew some bubble gum and then plug it.
Yeah.
Ew.
And I'm gonna be
no.
yelling.
So,
I'm gonna be
another
yelling
2
through the hairpin.
damage.
All right. Can anyone who's fucking not Hesel's dad get like a, I don't know, like a thread or something or anything to plug this?
Be quiet. I don't have my hairpin in it. I'm
I know,
saying.
but literally Ivar does.
Ivar
so-
has it as well.
I mean, yeah, I've just been listening to this because I heard Saban be called, but I'm still watching the hand.
Yeah.
So, what happened?
Do you put that through the pin?
Yeah, because you get to say
Ivar,
what
I need you to
absolutely
get
is
me
Yeah,
some
yeah.
fucking, I need you to get me a needle. I need you to get me some fucking thread, and I need you to get over here into the library now.
I'm not helping you with your sewing circle.
It's fucking Willow. She's going to die.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh. Should I leave the hand?
Who cares?
Alright, well. I guess I'll mosey on over there.
Mosey.
At what point does Saywin arrive? And lost the
Can I
DM.
control what or her blood? I know the answer is no.
No.
I know the answer is no.
Give me 1 second, guys.
I have so much random shit in my inventory.
So
and I
why
don't
didn't
have
you-
fucking needle and thread?
Why haven't you tried laying hands yet?
I did. I tried
you
cure wounds and it didn't work.
Well, it's not really. You just grab a hand, squeeze.
Also, I use all of my
Okay.
lay on hands to fix Hesel up when he fucking died
Nah, right.
That is
because
true.
we've already had an incident today.
Luckily, I'm still okay. I've only lost 17 hit points, and I have like the second highest amount of
I
hit
have a
points in the
grappling
party.
hook. Do you think that would work?
No, no.
I mean, if you start peeling the rope apart, maybe.
Can I plug it with Nor?
You're just trying
No.
to get rid of it at this point.
Okay, Saper, you might know this, but I'm struggling to remember the word for the thing that you slip on, like if a limb is severed, you slip
A
on
tourniquet?
it. Tourniquet. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Okay.
I was thinking clavichord, and that wasn't correct.
Definitely not right.
Instrument.
Also,
Yeah,
you're probably not
I-
gonna like what I have planned, so you know.
Oh,
Alright.
don't! I don't want you to cut. Do not amputate.
There was gonna be no amputations.
Alright.
I don't trust you.
That's no longer my problem.
Alright. You. Yeah. Say
Are there any
when
binding supplies
you
in the library?
you get there just about now. There's no bookbinding supplies there.
Okay.
If they need a bookbinder, they call one.
Right.
Well,
so
I'm
you
out of
said-
ideas.
So you said this, you couldn't heal it with cure wounds?
Your wounds did not work. If you got some black fucking shit, you need remove curse. Hesel's dad said remove curse. He went to go find a scroll of one. It's better if you have one right now.
Oh. Not normally removing curses.
Betty, just try and
Uh.
cinch the wound more.
I'm going to pray to
Yeah.
Zephyr and see if I can get Zephyr to help me prepare remove curse quickly.
Hot swap a spell.
Yeah, basically.
Make out religion check.
Zephyr, Blizz.
Blizz help. Zephyr pulls. Father help.
Mhm.
Not linked
Papa.
to...
Oh, that is a good one to get an 18 on.
Yeah, but it's also not... right. Nope. Okay, hang on, let me refresh the page.
I was gonna say, is anyone wearing the little piety shawl?
Oh,
Nope.
oh, it went... What?
Yeah, it went through the first time for us.
What?
Yeah, it was at 18 the first
I'm
time.
really
Yeah.
confused.
I guarantee
Was
you the
anybody
piety shawl
wearing
is in the 2-cell bag.
No, nobody was
someone
wearing it
took it.
currently.
I thought.
Yeah, we took it, but nobody is wearing
Nobody
it.
ever wore it.
Why is it showing up on D&D Beyond and Roll20?
You have to disable dice
God.
rolling on D&D Beyond.
Got it.
That's why.
I must
But
have
yeah,
done that.
18.
Yeah.
18. Also, where's disabled dice roll? And
This is the first session
You-
of.
You get a feeling like you'll have to spend a spell slot higher to do it, but you feel like you could.
you know,
Disabled dice. Manage
oh, there it is.
character set. Yeah. Okay.
Nope, that's enable dice rolling.
Sometimes you have to turn it on and turn it back off. Because fun. Who doesn't like turning on and turning off features just to get them to work right?
You know, I'm not gonna worry about it right now.
Yeah.
I'll just deal with it. So,
Do you have a
spell-
4th level spell? Available, I should say.
I do.
You can
Use it?
attempt to cast.
So I cannot cast remove curse, or I just don't have the level for it right now.
Yeah, you'd have to
It's
level
a
to.
3rd level spell.
Yes. So, but you feel like with that roll, they can help, but you need to amplify it for it to be castable at the
Remove
moment.
Curse. All right. Let's just remove that so I can do that. Cast remove curse as a 4th level. So I will grab Willow's finger.
Yeah.
And channel the remove curse energy through that
Yeah.
finger.
And you see a ring of, or 5 rings appear around Willow's right arm that break one at a time.
Are there any intricate designs in the rings?
You see them for a moment. They look infertile in nature, but you don't have time to.
Do the rings look familiar to Willow? Because this is more concerning.
They look sort of like the rings that are carved into the desk with the
drawer?
hand. Yeah.
And we didn't do them in any order specifically?
I mean, that's not the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not the same.
Yeah.
The other
Okay,
one
this
has
is-
3 concentric rings.
Okay, so this is okay. Okay, so we're not gonna summon the fucking knights
No.
or whatever.
No.
The knights
But-
of knee.
Yeah, you watch as the bleeding continues, but the curse ends.
Okay, now I'm gonna do another cure wounds.
Okay. Before you do, another D6. 6.
Yep.
Now you have a
Oy.
chance to.
Did the cure wounds work?
Roll your roll your
I'm gonna roll.
damage.
If it somehow heals me to full, do I get my pinky back?
9.
It won't. But
9. The wound closes up. Just as Lord Blackwater comes running back into the room with a scroll in his hand. He's, oh good, you did good. Okay. And he slams a scroll down on the table. Yes.
I don't like your house.
I thought I caught it in time. I apologize.
Well, I mean, listen, we're very eager people, so we get into a lot of trouble.
Bunch of eager beavers.
All right. I'm
what
gonna
shape
say-
am I in, DM?
You're a little bedraggled. You're wounded. You've lost a fair amount of blood. There's a sizable puddle on the ground of your photoreactive blood.
Biolume.
Bio,
blood.
yeah. and now your finger is starting to hurt and burn like you just injured it.
What the f happened?
I'm pretty sure you touched a book you weren't supposed to, and then I don't think you.
Where's the end of my finger?
I don't know.
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh,
We left you alone for 3 minutes.
okay,
Oh.
Rose, give me some credit. It was longer than that.
Willow, make me a wisdom saving throw with advantage and the bonus.
Oh, Lord alive. Okay. Da. Okay. Wisdom save. Let's see, plus 10.
So probably be the one that you want. Okay. Okay. So you probably want something pretty good. You retain the knowledge you learned.
Yay!
And you get a sudden rush back of a vision of your hand closing in on your face and a finger dropping onto a book and disappearing.
What? Damn it! I'm gonna need to get that back now, or don't stand any chance of getting crowned. All right. Well. I'm not going to stand up because I feel very ill.
I wouldn't
But if
recommend it, no.
somebody could hand me a quill and paper, I
Give
can
her- Oh, good.
I can write down the steps that we need to do.
I give her my special quill that doesn't actually require you to write anything. That's
Okay.
why her hand doesn't hurt.
Yeah. As you grip
it's-
it, you
it's
give it a
the
little
other hand.
twist, and it begins to write what you speak.
You know, honestly, just keep that thing.
All right, I can see myself using this quite a lot. Anyways, and I would just sort of focus on writing out the steps and the order of the runes to disassemble. And then
Sure.
after that, at the top, I'm gonna write need translocation magic of a higher order.
Okay. You all catch your breath in this moment. You find yourselves a little shocked and dismayed. But you have some knowledge now.
What time is it?
In game
In
or
real
really?
life?
In-game.
It would probably be just before noon, probably.
Betty wants to go to bed so bad.
Going for one of those long days again, huh?
Yep.
I would say just afternoon actually. But
I'm trying to think. Have we slept since the fight?
We did.
yeah, this is the next
Okay, that
morning.
makes sense
Yeah.
This is the
All right. Is Ivar in here yet?
Did Ivar?
I started headed that way, but
Okay.
did not arrive yet apparently.
Yeah, you'd probably be arriving about now. With no knowledge of where to get a needle and thread from.
Oh, I would not have bothered with the needle and thread.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna cauterize her fucking finger.
Yeah, I figured.
Alright.
I had two means of fire, and I was like, well, that would be the easiest answer.
I was
Mm.
looking at cauterize, but all of mine was magical fire, so I was like, I don't know if that's gonna work.
Magical fire has a better chance than non-magical fire.
Mhm.
This is
Well,
true.
but if it was rejecting healing magic, I wasn't sure if it was just going to reject all magic.
You have to try things. Maybe.
But we are not trying things now.
No. I mean, you can burn her finger now. I don't think it'll help.
Yeah.
all right.
do
Then
not-
once everybody's gathered, except for I assume Hesal, who's I don't know doing what.
he saw Ivar hustle out the room and didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Kept
All right.
praying.
Well, we know what we're doing. We know how to do it. I don't know the teleport spell. I don't think anybody does. She look at Hesel's dad. You got an idea?
He pinches his fingers. He goes, I may have a contact.
Part of me was really hoping to say you wouldn't, so we could go drinking. But okay.
Well, whatever your contact can or cannot do, we're not doing it today. I woke up and I had an ill feeling about this day, and then I got ready for the day and I had another ill feeling, and here we are. We're not doing it today.
But we are drinking.
Probably.
Okay.
Lord Blackwater, you wouldn't happen to know if that book would cough up the end of my finger. I have a crown that I would like to get someday, and I feel like they'd object to an incomplete ruler.
You watch as he says this, a grimace sort of stretches across his face. He goes, I've never seen somebody lose anything to it, so, I don't know. Probably not. I'm going to keep this, though, in this bag until you are safely far and away, and then I'm going to build some sort of safe for this damn thing.
I don't blame you. That just unfortunately means that my task is a bit more difficult.
Yes. I can
Everyone
see
has a
if
sword that can destroy it, probably. Maybe, I don't know.
he kind of looks over at one of our heels. I mean, it might unleash some sort of weird demon or something. Do you want to do that
Oh,
now?
I'd recommend we prepare for that since, it's kind of before lunch and I don't like fighting demons on an empty stomach.
Right.
This could be your excuse to track down August. He has that ring of regeneration that's been nothing more than decoration for years now.
Yeah, but I don't know that August exists.
Yeah.
So
There's Vega Day.
yeah, but that
Is
holds
there?
no
That-
significance.
yeah.
Oh, I remember you
There-
mentioning that. That's right.
Yeah,
There
it's
is
just
no
it celebrates the family of Vega.
But that holds no significance to
No.
me whatsoever.
I am the family.
I am. My parents.
I am
I
the
am.
one who fams.
I don't have any siblings that were mentioned in the last campaign.
I don't have a.
Do anything? They kind of
Yes,
No,
they well, they didn't do anything on your guys' end, but they're like
I
regular.
mean, yeah, they manage shit.
Yeah, they're people.
They were actually very helpful now that I recall that.
Yeah. Hey, Stargazer, thank you for the raid. Welcome everybody.
Hi, welcome.
We're Fables and Flumps. We're
All right. Well,
We're,
just to summarize, Willow has gotten her finger cut off. Betty's gonna go drinking. Does anybody have any?
Willow is
objections?
also gonna go drinking.
All right,
Let's go
guys, let me
drinking.
do this, guys. Welcome everybody. Hello, thank you for joining. We're Fables and Flumps. We do a weekly D&D game on Saturdays around 8 p.m. and then we have a bit of a variety stream on Tuesdays since we're all working folk. But thank you for joining, and I hope you enjoy this shit show that we put on. But yes, what you have missed is well, they are looking into a a disappearance of one Hesal Blackwater's mother, and it turns out she might have been looking at accursed books and learning cursed knowledge, and mayhaps lost herself through a portal into an abyssal prison, as it were, and the crew right now is finding out the adverse effects of also learning the cursed knowledge, as Willow has just lost a finger to it to power its hunger. Yes, yeah, we use the little Hero Forge things, and then I made a really shitty, I'm working on making it better VTuber model. So, but yeah, thank you for coming. But I believe
Brief
drinks
description
were
of who everybody is in the description if anybody gives a shit.
yes, yeah, down below the stream. There's a little tidbit of knowledge for all the players.
But yeah, back to this chaos. Fuck yeah. Do you know where a good bar is, Mr. Blackwater?
He goes, "Do you take me for some sort of ingrate? I have the best bar.
I
Let's-
like you.
Let's get a drink. This is. We'll open up the good stuff. Don't worry." And he goes to give a hand out to Willow to help her up.
I'll use my left hand,
Mhm.
the not messed up one.
The good thing is, now that Willow's lost a lot of blood, she does drink less in order to get Hesal.
Oh boy.
You say this. You say this.
Lord Blackwater goes, we'll look into, I don't know about getting a finger back, but we'll look and I see what I have. I'm not the type to keep an idea on healers. I haven't really ever needed that sort of business, but I can see who I see.
Very well. I mean, it's just one more thing on the long list of things I have to do. It's so unfair. Curses weren't a thing when I was around.
I feel like a lot of things weren't a thing when you were around. The ocean wasn't a thing when you were around. You have to deal with that constantly.
Yes, and your modern currency wasn't a thing. Also, I take great insult in you all insinuating that I am bad with currency. I am not. It took me a week to understand the value.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to be respected as such.
All right, I think Nana needs a beer. Let's get going.
Betty just pats her head and just goes to the bar.
Yeah. You all.
And since you seem to understand money so well, you can buy the first round.
You all head upstairs to the manor, to the parlor, which, Hesal, you have not seen in quite some time.
Is Hesal here, or is he still fucking around in the
True.
room?
That's true.
That's true. Hesal, yeah, well, is Hesal still trying to pray the hand away?
He wouldn't be doing much else.
Roll me
If nothing else, he's gonna make sure the hand's always watched.
All right, roll me another religion check with your charisma again.
Hesal saw Ivar leave for an emergency and was just like, I don't
Nah,
know what to
Ivor
do
kind
for
of got
myself."
up, like responded to you, Betty, and was like, "Nah, I'm fucking, I'm gonna go burn it, whatever," and then walked away. 23. You hear in the back of your mind, it's almost like a door opening. You hear, Hesal, calling upon me. Whatever can I help you with?
Are you not always watching? Last guy was.
No, I've got thousands of followers helping me accrue my goals. But
We'll start looking at this one. And I
ooh,
open my eyes
feisty.
and stare at the hand.
You feel a presence pass over your eyes, and you see a reddish gray veil pass through your vision, and you just hear a tongue click. See, Nahalim is up to his old tricks again, isn't he?
How the hell should I know? I don't know.
He goes, you, a
Never even heard
Blackwater,
that.
are not studying up on the blood wars raging in the Abyss right now?
Is that a real question?
Of course.
Then no.
It's like not knowing about the convergence for like a regular folk.
Well, I heard about that. I guess. That's recent. That's current events, I guess.
But yes, this is recent too. Some upstarts decided to usurp a crowned king of the Abyss some 30 years ago, and well, they've been fighting for his throne ever since.
You're really acting like you know a lot for a dead guy.
Of course, I'm fighting for it.
Alright, then fight harder. If he wants to do this, then let's stop it. Whatever this is.
Nahalim's not the big one you should be worried about, but of course, the web of hands needs a few fingers broken.
So what do I do?
Well, I think your goal here is pretty simple. He doesn't have many handmaidens, but well, crushing them would help. Although I think you have to go into the Abyss to do that, for the most part. Or find a way to follow them home, as it were.
Okay. That doesn't help me here. There's no immediate fix for this.
What are you trying to deal with?
To cut a story short, I guess this thing swaps people, specifically souls.
Yes, body for body, soul for soul, that sort of thing.
I need to get someone out.
Oh, someone's trapped. I see. This web has already been pulled tight. Well, if you're looking to get somebody out, I could lend you the energy to do so if you were to do me a little favor.
Always favors for you.
Of course, of course.
You know, a real patron would just sort of give out of the kindness of his heart.
Your power is your own to muster and command and grow as you do. But I'm being a humble benefactor and can give you some more temporarily. If, well, it's a beneficial deal. You know all about deals. Our family makes us a fair lot of them these days, but I feel like I understand now why.
All right, let's go to the chase. You need something. What is it?
No, she's not. She's too powerful for you quite yet. The next time, I don't think you've seen any quite yet. The next time you see the iron spikes around a gate being mustered by some red-cloaked individuals, simply spill your blood on those spikes for me.
Mm-mm.
That's it.
That's it. You know,
Does this sound familiar to me? Wait. So, some red-cloaked individuals have iron spikes? What?
they've been closing gateways on your side. I need you to open one back up for me.
Oh no.
Anywhere will do.
I have to find one.
You have to find one.
Is this a payment in advance thing, and then I have to hold up my bargain later?
Of course,
or
of
do this
course.
first?
Now, I have the utmost faith in you, Hesal Blackwater, that you will come through in the end and helping me. Just a single drop, usually 3 spikes around an old gnarled tree, or a circle of stone, or a fairy ring, that sort of thing.
So to reiterate, you do this, and then I spill my blood on some iron spikes. And I suppose I'll know them when I see them.
You'll know him. About 4 feet tall, perfectly triangular little prisms dug into the ground.
All right. It's easy enough.
Then we have a deal.
And I don't want you whining if for whatever reason I never come across some, all right?
He goes, I'm sure you'll come across some. You seem like the lot who's always getting into trouble.
All right. You have a deal.
You see the image of hands shaking in your mind. And you feel like until you do so, you have one of your spell slots is of 7th level.
Oh.
Oh
Dang.
man.
Do I know what to do with that, or am I just like weird? I feel stronger.
You said you feel like a power has grown in you, and you're not certain you know what to do with it.
I still have to do the learning part of my own, huh?
Yes. I'm sure that you can figure it out. Until next time, Mr. Blackwater. Always good to do the business with you. And
All right. I'd like to be alone now. You can leave.
he as you say that, he's already gone.
Oh. I dislike this man.
Yep.
Out of habit, I go to touch the hairpin. Remember, I'm like, oh, I need.
It's all like scratchy and feeling on your skin. You're like, oh man, all right.
All right. I go to find the others.
Yeah, easily enough.
I'll bring the pot with me.
Okay. Which
The Pato bird.
the pot of bird. Now I use pot of greed.
You know, while we're heading over, I'm gonna listen to the wind and see if the wind has anything to say about
Sure.
what I've done.
Does the wind have opinions?
Yeah, sometimes the wind has opinions.
And also, just think about that thing that I heard in that dream.
Sure, make a religion. I'm gonna make you rename it the wind check with advantage.
Make a
With
wind
advantage?
check.
With advantage. Yeah,
Make an advantage wind check.
make a wind check with advantage. Okay,
Advantage works.
advantage
Anything
helps.
else? I need to figure out what I'm gonna. It's probably gotta be in the Beyond 20 settings. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna just be mumbling to myself about why
Yeah.
this is.
Or
You
how to make a wind check.
Beyond 20, just the first menu, there is a Use D&D Beyond's Digital Dice button.
Got it. There we go. And also, I got back the ask every time.
Okay.
God, this is so annoying having to reset everything.
Yeah. But yeah, you you find yourself you find yourself following as you come out of that room, you hear talking going up the hallway, Hesal following along, and Sablin, just as you're passing this corridor that has these open windows to the outside, you feel a reassuring and empowering sense of optimism from the wind. As for the second bit, as you're pondering, there's a poignant point of confusion. Like they do not know what you're talking about. But they are happy with what you've done. It seemed to be helpful and useful, and yeah, you find yourself making your way back up with an opinion that you've done some good here.
I'm gonna ask Hessel's, or you know what? I'm I'm gonna catch up with you all later. I need to go see if the library has books on something.
Everyone sort of stops.
Not this library. Not dealing with the cursed shit.
Yes. Well, I mean, there's not really another library on the island. Because not many people are into collecting books like I am. Sorry.
Do you have any books on the wind?
That aren't cursed.
He goes, oh, I mean, I'm certain there's books in there of all shapes and sorts. And I know I have a book of Study of Clouds. I don't know what you're...
More of the deities behind the wind.
Oh, I think so. Might be more secondhand knowledge than anything, but I think so.
I can work with that. None of them happen to be cursed, though.
Not the ones you're looking for, but I'd stay away from everything at the very top shelf stuff.
All right.
Just in case, but everything else should be fair game. He sort of shoots an eye back over at, at Betty and at Willow.
Betty is just eyeing whichever alcohol has the highest grain
Y'all
alcohol
are-
content.
Y'all are still heading upstairs.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
She's looking forward to this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She's gonna stop the man. All right. I'm going to ask this question, and I'm going to expect that it's going to be no. Do you have a pineapple?
He goes, pineapple. Might have some frozen.
You know what? That's all I need. Then you're gonna try and make some daiquiris. That's another one of the ship rules that our mom set out. Don't drink on the job is definitely been abandoned now.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're always on the job.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like, fuck this.
This is why you keep crashing the ship.
What is the role to make daiquiris?
That would be, well, if you've got cooking proficiency, or if you have
Absolutely not.
What is Ivar's role to make daiquiris?
You know what? That's a good point.
Actually, y'all are both proficient in making potions and cocktails.
Can we work together to make daiquiris?
Yeah,
You
do cocktails count as potion?
They count as a potion of sorts. Some might call them potions of courage, but others might call them, other things.
I mean, you could just call them potions of drunkenness.
No, that's no fun.
Is potions of false confidence.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is gonna be a potion of courage, all right.
Potion of courage.
What is the role? Alchemy kit?
Yes, alchemy using wisdom if you're winging it, and intelligence if you're measuring. And
Oh,
being
I'm winging it.
Oh, can we do a daiquiri off?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
you want to roll against each other?
So was that just a straight intelligence check?
No, it's intelligence plus proficiency,
yeah.
or wisdom plus proficiency, so plus.
So intelligence plus proficiency for
I'm
me.
a monster.
If I just roll intelligence, that's roll my proficiency?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I roll wisdom, will that roll my proficiency? Wait. No, because you have to add a +4 proficiency to that.
Oh, so it's 25 then. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I fucked it.
You fucked it? What did you do?
I did /R, but I didn't put a space in between.
Ah,
Man.
once every time.
Oh, wow. Holy
just
shit. Describe your daiquiris, because they are both godly.
I concede.
They are both godly, but
Oh, I'm so glad you said that.
but
Betty is gonna make a daiquiri. It's gonna be pineapple strawberry. It's gonna be the fruitiest of flavors. It's gonna have the whole. Do daiquiris have a salt rim?
No.
It's gonna have one anyway.
Just-
It's gonna have one.
it's gonna have one.
Why?
in
Why
it.
would you do that?
And it's gonna taste
Sweet
good
and
because
salt.
it's 26. And I'm
No.
also. And it's also gonna have like the fanciest little beach umbrella.
No, you do
all
instead.
time.
You do a sugar rim, you fool.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, okay, do I start doing the salt rim, see what Ivar's doing, and then do the sugar rim?
I'll say
like,
you alchemy up some inverse sugar.
you know what, that works.
What?
That's
Spicy
perfect.
sugar.
And-
Chipotle sugar.
Because I'm
No.
alchemying it, can I make it change colors?
It turns a little crystally blue.
I will take it.
So,
Yeah.
and just for those aware, inverse sugar is just the sour crystals that are on a lot of things.
Yeah. Just citric
Oh, you
acid.
mean the citric acid?
Yeah. Inverse sugar is
Yes,
sugar that has absorbed
I am-
citric acid and turned
And
it a
I
little
am,
crystal.
I'm making as much of that as I can, and I'm drinking as much of it as I can.
Oh god, vat production.
You, yeah, Ivor, you're sitting over there. You're making like enough to make like 3, and you see Betty pull out like the punch bowl, and you're like, "Oh no, oh no!"
Oh, this is the game we're playing.
But you've already started, and you've measured your things out. You're like being intelligent about it, and she's just like, "Oh,
Who's going barrel?
fucking!" She swirls around some clear alcohol that she has no idea what it is, and then just pours the entire bottle into this giant punch
mate.
bowl. It's like
I would love it better if it's just all these things are thrown in. She roughly shakes it all in the fucking bin and then pours it out as like some kind of alchemical masterpiece.
Yeah. Can I put Pop Rocks in it?
Kinda. There unfortunately is not the invention of pop rocks, but you do have a little bit of lithium if you want to make some fireworks.
You know what?
No.
We're about to turn a godly drink into a godly death.
Well, you
You
know what? Let's save and search for her information afterwards, because I have something I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be a terrible idea.
You mean before?
Yeah, no.
No.
Say when look for books first, and then Betty's gonna do something bad.
No.
It may not be bad. It may actually work out well. I don't know.
You begin violating and desecrating in the most wonderful of ways. You know, the wine, the barrel aged rums and whiskeys from a bygone era, and making masterpieces of of sugary delights that are just hair's breadths underneath ambrosia. And you all begin to drink and be merry, and say when you go back to the grand black library.
The grand accursed library.
Mm-hmm. It's not all accursed. He tried to hide the cursed stuff in the plain sight.
Yeah, yeah.
A nosy person found it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, gonna see if I can find any non-cursed books about the gods of the wind.
Alrighty. Roll me an investigation check.
Oh boy, too bad I can't use perception.
You cannot.
Y'all real upset about being able to read, huh?
Well, listen, intelligence is all based on reading.
No, I completely agree with you.
I get that. I'm just laughing because it's like I have a +0 to investigation and a
This
plus
is the
5 to.
This is the inherent problem of cleric, though. You know.
Yeah.
Cleric is not bright. Cleric
Well,
can read.
even though cleric should be bright, which is the annoying part.
Well, cleric is wise.
Yeah, cleric was. Cleric.
Wisdom and intelligence are not the same thing.
Cleric does not care about whether a tomato is a fruit or a vegetable. Cleric knows not to put the tomato in a fruit salad.
Yeah.
I love the tomato.
Yeah, it's a good one. Alright.
So I'm assuming I find nothing.
Yeah, you find some things, but it's more in like the format of children's books, which still gives you some information, but it's in very bare bones manner. There are books helping and describing deities to children, so that they can, if they're looking, they can, find the path that suits them.
Remind me, what were the names of the wind gods again?
Oh, give me just a second.
There's the Zephyr, and then there's the
Zephyr, Boreas. Let me look it up.
I have it. I just need to paste something.
I know I have it somewhere in my notes, but I'm also lazy.
Okay. I know where it is in my thing. I just gotta save something first.
Boreas, Zephyr, Notos, and Euros.
Yes. There's those be the thems. Cinder's curse it's under there.
Zephyr is west. Boreas is north.
North.
Notos is south.
E.
And Euros.
Euros is obviously east.
I mean, it could be. There could be an up or a downwind.
Hmm.
Assuming it works similar to our planet.
There is up and down wind, but it seems to be the four winds are split that way.
Alright. Well, I guess I'm now investigating all of the winds and not just Zephyr.
I mean, and they give small descriptions. So like Boreas is the cold wind of the north. It's strong and proud, and sometimes can be a little destructive. It brings winter to the world. Zephyr is the opposite, and brings the fruit and brings a hearty, warm wind to regrow everything after the north wind has passed. Notos is strong and brings the rains that help the fruit grow, and the summer storms that help make fires to get rid of the dry and the corrupt and rotted. Euros brings the the end of season rains. But it's all very like kid friendly and in very basic language is what you find.
You know, it's at least something to get it started.
Yeah.
Is I assume there's nothing new for me regarding Zephyr, but maybe the other winds. No, probably not.
With that rule, unfortunately, that's sort of all you find. You get a little overwhelmed with the information that's in here, and you keep finding stuff about demons and blood magic, and you're like, I don't want to touch any of this stuff. It's freaking me out. I'm gonna
That's valid.
So it's a start, at least something that you can look at for someone that's actually not just buying every book that they can that comes into.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't want to deal with this demonic library anymore, so back to the drinking crew.
Yeah. And I'll say that Hesal, you were looking for the other crew, and yeah, you followed their voices going up, and say when you know where they were heading. So you go upstairs and join the prescribed merriment of drinking your father's prized ales and whiskeys and rums and all
Yep,
sorts
just
of.
gonna be drinking my embarrassment away.
What y'all find out, if anything?
Well, for one, curses are mean, and I don't like that they exist nowadays.
Okay.
The second is, well, we can get your mother back, and it's actually fairly straightforward. But it takes a bit more power than any of us have.
What do you mean? Surely it can't be that hard. We have the hand with us.
Well, it's not that simple. It requires some translocation magic that, I mean, I knew it once, but I haven't yet figured it out under this new set of rules that the world's operating on.
Okay. So
I
you just
believe
need
it
to
would be,
teleport?
yes, or, a plane shift. I think
How
it's
would that fix the
7th
problem?
or
That
8th.
gets us there.
Well, no, it's not. It's a, we're not going there. It's a matter of using the hand to open a door and then pick the lock, and then we can get your mother out. But we are not going anywhere. If we fail, we're going somewhere. But
So it's just one of those spells then that we need.
yes,
I mean, and somebody to cast it.
and someone to cast it. We could certainly buy one of the spells, but casting it now would be somewhat of a challenge. And without enough
I
power,
close my
prone to
eyes and
failure.
feel my power. And is that the same vibe? Do I know what the power would do if I used it?
You feel like you can channel it into one spell that could be useful. It's still sitting in sort of a amorphous way, a mote of
I
power.
can shape it in that way.
Yeah. You wouldn't learn anything from it. You wouldn't be able to copy said spell for later or anything, but you could use it in a manner of help.
I could do that, I think.
I'm not going to question it. I've had a long day.
My magic isn't really mine, right? So if I just ask for that spell from whatever my magic is, I think I could just shape it to be that.
If you
I think it's
think
worth a
it would
try.
work. Certainly.
Yeah,
But
not tonight.
But yeah,
no.
I still need to
I
think.
So I'm not even gonna ask where you got the, I guess the idea or the power to do that, but none of my business. Betty be slipping a. Betty would give Hesal a daiquiri.
There's plenty. Everyone can have multiple daiquiris with what Betty has made.
Yeah, you made a quite little keg.
Yeah.
a daiquiri punch bowl.
Make a
Mm-hmm.
daiquiri punch bowl.
The little frozen shreds
What?
of pineapple to use as ice.
Well, while you were doing whatever it was you were doing, Hesel, I stole information from a demon lord, though unfortunately not for free, and I'd wiggle my 4 2/3 fingers on my right hand.
Betty gives you a daiquiri.
Betty refills the deck.
This would probably be like my 3rd or 4th daiquiri.
Yeah.
Willow is drinking.
Willow is paunched up a little bit. But they're delicious.
Makes it easier to drink too much. Oh, right. So now what?
Unless anybody else says anything, Betty is going to be drinking and then making a terrible life choice.
Oh.
Well, let's see. This is going to happen a couple hours into the drinking, so.
Well, I mean,
Does Saywin have the foresight to not drink enough, and because she sees
Hesal doesn't drink.
Betty is making poor life choices?
I mean, I don't know. Does the character wish? does Saywin
Betty, okay, so at some point during the evening, Betty's gonna get up and just go to the bathroom. Because I imagine she probably has to pee at some point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I've got
Aren't you a bird?
Yeah.
lovely running.
Don't. Oh yeah, that's a whole different thing. Okay, you know what?
I mean, same. Or...
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, Betty shitty pee poops.
Betty shoops.
That's beside the point.
Shit, now I'm just thinking of trying to figure out how
Nope.
Nope.
Stop. Alex,
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Bad.
Moving onward.
Bad shooping.
Yeah.
Yay!
Kill him.
You
You deserve to suffer for that.
Yeah. Betty's also probably got a drink in the room with her. I imagine she's probably just like, ah.
Yeah.
Right. All right. As she's on the toilet, thinking to herself, how has she gotten to this point? She's just gonna think out loud. All right. I don't know who the fuck is listening. I don't care. She's drunk out of her mind at this point. I don't know if you're Eric the Pirate King. I don't care if you're Paylor. I just want to know how we've gotten to this point. I just want anything you can do for me. Really, at this point. I'm so fucking done. I'm so tired of this.
Are you calling out to the universe?
I'm calling out to whoever will pick up.
Oh,
okay. Roll me a D100.
Oh boy.
no.
And I am also offering my drink. My as you described it, almost godlike ambrosia drink with a 19.
Yeah, well. Listen, sometimes I'll...
Try and make the odds a little bit better.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
She's trying to summon a god of some
I'm trying to
sort.
summon something. Give them some enticing. If that's not enough, I will use my inspiration.
You can't use your inspiration for this.
Why not?
It's a D100 roll.
D100, yeah.
Inspiration re-rolls a D20 if you need to.
Yeah.
How dare you?
You hear... I hear someone wanting to make a deal.
No.
Are you a demon? Where's your fucking digits?
I could be described as such.
I'm good.
Oh no, darling. Welcome. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
You called
But
the
Betty's
void.
good at this. And the void answered.
Oh, you are good. You're wait now.
I like to imagine.
my God.
I'm good.
Nalahim's connection is still in this house.
Did you just prank call the fucking deal lord?
You
Yeah, she did.
did. His influence was still in the house. I wanted to see if you could surpass that with a really high D100 roll.
But you could not.
But you could not. This house is cursed. you might need,
Can I go
to clear it
outside and
out
try
first.
this?
No, I feel like that reaches far, far beyond what you're.
That's fair. All right. Well, she's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, you do. You shut off the connection miraculously.
Drunk
Oh
out
my
of your
God.
mind.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Probably not even going to remember that she just cut off a demon lord.
Fucking
That's-
An
telemarketers.
abyssal. Fucking telemarketer. Always calling a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go drinking, and then she's just gonna sit back down.
I guess, yeah, at this point, Willow's in like that drunk state where you just like don't want to move because you feel heavy.
Yeah.
All your limbs go flump.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All your limbs go flump.
Betty's
And
got
then
a
they stay
good
there.
daiquiri though.
Oh yeah. Oh, excellent. Excellent daiquiris.
All right. That's it.
All right.
The next day.
Yeah, unless anyone's doing anything else. Everyone gets drunk as a skunk at roughly 1 p.m.
It's been a long couple of days.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been a long morning.
We're back home.
Does fucking
Hesel's
getting
being
drunk
edgy.
out? Does getting drunk out and like getting hung up on piss off a demon lord at all?
Probably.
Probably.
Okay.
He didn't really know who you were, though, so I can't say add it to the people who hate you. It was just
Okay.
like, oh, someone called back from the house I almost possessed somebody from, and it was broken. It's rats. Maybe I can get this one. And then they slammed the door on me. Absolutely disgraceful.
Very unelegant.
No, elegance.
Oh, dang, another episode came out of that, didn't it? Fuck. No, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Spy Family.
Yeah, me and Matt are like 3 episodes behind now.
No, only two. Only two.
I think the 3rd one just came out with that.
No, because we watched the one from 2 weeks ago, and then we couldn't watch last week, and then we couldn't watch today. So that's 2.
Is it 2?
I don't know.
It is 2. Yeah.
Because unlike some people here, I know how to.
I don't know how to count. I'm bad at numbers. I'm dyslexic. Are you making fun of me? Are you being ableist? God.
Any words.
Many words.
Many words. Did we get a long rest
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
drinking?
Yeah.
I slightly hungover long rest.
Slightly juice fueled, stomach upsetty because you drink pure sugar for a few
Can Betty-
hours.
After that conversation, like just try and find a like sleep on the boat, maybe.
They want to sleep on the boat.
I won't sleep at the boat.
Just in the harbor, sure.
Yeah. I mean, you for the first 4 hours of you trying to sleep, they're still working.
I feel like if you're drunk enough, it's fine. All right,
Hammering
is there an
saw. There's
inn?
a
Is there an
very
inn that's not in the demon house.
there's a very comfy inn.
I'm gonna go to the comfy inn.
You're
and-
gonna stumble over to the Violet Giant.
Yeah, and I'm going to pay for a room between 1 and 20 gold pieces.
So it's 3 gold for the deluxe sleeping
Yeah,
bed.
but it's gonna be.
Are
Or I
you-
guess he's 3 and 20. If it's lower than 3, I'm gonna roll again. I pay 18 gold.
You hand them 18 gold, and they pamper you. You order they give you a nice full body massage, wings included. They give you the whole mani pedi. So you wake up in soft linens and towels, and your beak has been shined and clipped and polished, and your nails have been done and clear coated.
And you're just like, how the hell did I
You're
get
like,
here?
what?
Where am I?
What?
Like, I made a good choice. What the fuck?
Who are these people? Yeah, you wake up in an entirely different area.
Yeah.
but feeling well rested. Your stomach does hurt a little bit because, I mean, just drinking sugar alcohol will do that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on bird diet. Dear God.
Bird diet. Well, bird diet is mostly just fruit and sugar, so.
That's fair.
Yeah, I feel like Betty's got some nut in there. That was a terrible way to put that, but you know.
That is a horrible way to put that. What's wrong with you?
Back up, realign.
Some
You know, I was ready to leave
legumes in her diet.
I would like to remind everyone
Shut up.
currently watching that we did start this stream with "Don't fuck fish."
Yeah, the first line. Don't fuck
is
fish.
It was "Don't fuck fish."
Why do I hang out with you people?
I don't know.
No.
You chose to take time out of your freaking vacation. to do
You
this.
did.
I did. I
Fool.
paid
I paid-
$90.
I paid money
paid
to hang out with you
$90.
people.
I did. I paid money to hang out with you people because we were gonna get a room in a nicer roadside hotel, but it was gonna be my parents in like a separate room off of a living space, and then me on the couch. But I was like, oh yeah, but I got D&D tonight, and they were like, oh yeah, we can't be in the same room because you'll wake your dad up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh.
I paid $90 and I'm risking my life in this sketch ass hotel.
I told you, jam something
And
on
I
the door
paid
handle.
18 gold pieces for something I won't remember, so
Oh, but you feel the difference.
I feel the difference, and it's worth it.
Yeah.
And I very much did I very much did piss off a demon lord, and I'm happy about that. He doesn't know who I am, but
Yeah.
it's fine. I made him angry. That's all that matters.
I feel like it's not even PO'd. I think it's like just shock that could happen to him.
Yeah.
What was the
This
save
guy
for
seems
that?
to be the demon lord of getting his foot in the door. So
What was the save for that?
23.
Oh my god.
oh yeah, there was no way I was making that. The
The book,
yeah,
the book was a
also,
lower DC, but yeah.
But
okay.
this one it was
Also,
just
I
like,
rolled
You
rolled my portents for today. I'm getting a better vibe for today. I got a
Yep.
15 and a 19.
Nice.
but yeah, Betty's gonna wake up and get breakfast.
Mhm. Yeah, you've already paid for your breakfast here at the Violet Giant, and today they have little waffle beds with tucked in sausage bears and
Oh,
very cute.
This is the best thing on the planet. This is so much better than sleeping in the fucking jungle.
Yeah, it can always be like this if you're civilized. You ate bugs the other day. You getting teddy bear sausages and with a syrup blanket.
Alrighty.
But as far as you know, today is the day that the tax man cometh.
Oh yeah, we should probably
Betty-
do something about that.
Betty is separated. Everyone else.
The taxman cometh?
Mm-hmm.
the people with the badges who are also like definitely demons. So
Demon badges.
No,
Okay.
just demon worshippers.
Just demon.
sorry.
But I can press the long rest button, right?
Yes, everyone can press the long rest button if you have not already.
Clicky clicky button.
You'll get good night's sleeps.
And then I'm going to immediately drink my dexterity and intelligence potion.
How long do those last, by the way?
Until I
Until
take
your
a short
next
rest.
All right.
Just never
And
take
you
a
get
short
back
rest.
your uses on a rest, so basically you could just constantly have them up.
Yeah.
Delightful.
Delight.
It also means though, if you want to not use them, you have to sit down for an hour.
Wait, what?
If you want to not
Well,
be
now that
cool.
you've drank them, they will be on until you take a short rest. So there's
Oh,
no
yeah,
turning it
that-
off early feature.
Yes,
And they do have detriments.
yes, very, very mild ones in my case for these ones at least.
And it depends on the one. Some of them are pretty egregious.
I have disadvantage on wisdom saving throws, and I have disadvantage on charisma. No, wait. Yeah, disadvantage on charisma saving throws.
To be honest with you, the wisdom saving throws is that's a
It
thing.
has not affected me poorly so far.
As of yet, no. But yeah. Oh, every time I see it in the corner of my eye, I'm like, the little badge with the dragonfly on it. It looks so cute. I wish I could have them bigger, but I'm probably gonna make a little like a reference sheet looking thing so that we can post that somewhere when I'm finished. The other 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, making subscription badges is fun, folks.
Ooh.
Learning how metallic textures work. Learning how to draw metal's real fun and very tedious.
If I'm remembering correctly, a lot of it has to do with how you do the lighting on it.
Yes, yeah. No, I found a brush that gives little like dark and light lines, so I can give it like a brush to look, and it looks nice. But yeah.
Once Betty wakes up, she's just gonna say, "I'm in an inn for some reason."
I think Betty wakes up the earliest out of everybody, shockingly,
Probably.
because you've been pampered to all shit. You like got like 3 dudes that people massaged the shit out of you while you were passed out. Dude, yeah, she want dudes, yeah.
You spoke it.
I just meant dudes as in like bros, but not
People.
like bros. Yeah.
I'm
But I
very
guess
clear
Will-
this is not a brothel.
Willow would probably be the closest to waking up. So.
Yeah.
Would I hear the message? Of I'm in an inn for some reason.
Yeah. I talked about inverse sugar, and I was like, oh, I have Sour Patch Kids. But yeah.
Betty, what? Just okay. Just try and end up here like 9 a.m. Potentially sooner if you hear an explosion.
Alright. Gonna eat her.
Because we did set a mine.
She's gonna eat her bacon in her pocket and go. She's gonna stay there for as long as she can, because she's like, don't like the demon house. Don't remember what happened, but something doesn't feel right about that. That's when my friend lost her finger. There's also a good reason just not to go to the demon house.
Are you wait, are you saying this to Willow, the person?
No, I'm saying this out loud as a monologue because nobody's
Okay.
talking, and I feel the need to make the silence go
Okay.
away.
No, the silence must stay and linger and be awkward, because for some reason that's the vibe tonight.
Super tired.
I know, everyone's sleepy.
Everybody tired. But yeah.
That's what I think I'll
Alright, how are we
do.
gonna stake this out?
I assume that the people in the house are gathering over breakfast,
Mhm.
probably to talk.
The
Betty will go as soon as like she gets the
Mhm.
go ahead from Willow that like the majority of people are awake, so she's not missing the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, even though you all slept in late, y'all went to bed excruciatingly early. So, I mean, like even like 8 or 9, you get like almost 12 hours of sleep.
Well,
or
yeah,
more.
we were all drunk and tired.
Yeah.
As you do.
But yeah, for the most part, I'll say yeah. Everyone's finished a long rest by
Betty
like
steals the
4
hand soap.
a.m. So
Betty steals the hand soap from her hotel room.
okay. It's
I mean, you have to.
lovely purple like violet scented soap.
Actually, more egregious, is there a house coat?
You mean a robe?
There's the
Yeah,
robe that came with your massage.
I take that too.
Mm. Betty's just a enough of a shit. I can imagine her wearing it out.
Yeah, she might. Yeah, I mean, she paid 18 fucking gold. Who's gonna tell her no? She
You get
doesn't know
a
Lots
that
of
she paid
people.
18 gold.
you get a miss as you walk out. No,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fucking eat that cost. It's fine. It was like a gold robe, which is a lot for a robe, but you know.
Yeah. My robe. Fuck you. But yeah, I guess Betty shows up in a house coat.
So I suppose we have a couple of options. We could try and retrieve the Lady Blackwater first, or we could try and waylay these 4 goons who are undoubtedly nearing the city.
I mean, I think we should probably prevent the war. Because that's the thing that, your dad said was a
There's-
problem.
Capturing these 2, or I guess 4 random people will not stop a war.
No, but it might give us some information on the shipments.
Sure, but I just want everyone to remember how the last time this went down. The second we started getting any real information, or it looked like we might, they blew up and turned into monsters. So
Yeah,
unless anyone has a way to prevent that, all we'll really be doing at the moment is throwing them into a cell.
Well, I mean, that just means there's less of them.
I have a feeling 4 isn't very many for these guys.
I don't know.
At the same time, I feel like, goon interception's a bit more on par than Abyssal jailbreak.
Sure. We don't know how intensive or time consuming or possible that is. We can try it, but
Exactly.
Well, you know what?
it might be a
It's
12-hour-long ordeal and then we missed them.
Is
Or at
Hesel's
least we
dad
weren't
at the
part of it.
breakfast?
Yeah.
And not to be the insensitive one here, but your mother survived 3 months. She can probably last a little bit longer.
Betty's gonna look at Hesel's dad, and just be like, "All right, you said that there were a couple of shipments out that we either A should prevent going for. Did you do anything about that, or is that a problem that we still need to deal with?"
He goes, no. They come and as far as anything. Sorry. As far as anything's shipped, they take it with them. If we take any requests, we start setting up the next shipment when they get here.
All right, but I thought that you said that there was a couple of shipments that you made that may be problematic. Just
Well, they're already on the sea, so unless you can warp to random destinations that are unbeknownst to us, then
Betty
they're
likes to remind us all the time that she can fly. Do you think you can catch up?
if she
Betty
can catch
would
up to one that's a week and one that's 2 weeks gone, sure.
Betty would throw a random food object at Hesel.
A banana.
He bites it.
About a sending spell.
I mean, you know
That
who's
might
on
not
the
mean
boat.
anything. Are they our shipments or are they shipments that we pass or let go through?
Shipments that go to them. No, it's none of our
Yeah,
ships
it's
that
not
are
our
going
people on
on.
the ship. They wouldn't respond to our order to turn around.
No, but they might respond to these guys if we are, persuasive enough.
The way sending works is they'd have to be the one casting the spell, though. So if none of them can cast sending, that means nothing.
Can
Plus,
we use
they'd
one of
have to
those little
personally
tube
know
things
someone
that-
on each of those ships.
Can we use one of those little tube things that they have the post office?
Oh, the
Do we
West.
have any on this island?
Yes.
Do you have a post office?
Well, we got wyvern mayo, but none of the those fancy things on the none of the fancy things on the mainland yet.
And you don't have any in reserve?
Any reserve what?
Sending tubes. I imagine an organization like yours probably would, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't cast the sending spells.
No, but I mean, you can the little copper tubes. You know, the ones that the.
Yeah, those are dealt through with the.
Yeah, that's not something you hold on to. Those are done through the booths.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I've sent one.
Besides, it's kind of
I only
irrelevant
sent
if
one.
we stop 2 shipments when they've been shipping things for 3 months.
Yeah.
That's like saying, all right, I stopped these 2 crimes while the city's on fire behind you.
I still think that
I-
we should definitely take a look into what they're bringing, or I guess
It's
we know what they're
weapons.
bringing, but I don't want them to just come into the city and not do anything about it. Doesn't feel right.
Well, that's not what we're doing. We are doing something about it. We're just not doing anything about the shipments that have already left.
Yeah, but I'm just saying saying we want to confront them because that was the original argument.
No, I'm saying we can confront them and throw them in a cell. I just don't know that we'll actually get much out of them. Unless anyone has a way to stop someone from being possessed by a demon and exploding. Because that's still the biggest issue here. Anybody?
I mean, other than what we did last time, which did work, which just killed
I
him.
mean, I can keep them from moving quickly.
I mean, I could just chain them down.
Yeah, we did that last time.
I could make them try to fight me.
Alright, it seems like we're still just gonna capture them and leave them at that for now. We still don't have an answer to their self-destruction.
Nope.
Though after we've got
Well, I
them
mean,
captured, this
can't
is something we
Ivar
could
just
look
like
into at the
stab
magic shop.
the spell away?
It's not a spell.
Yeah,
They're being possessed by
I don't think it
demons.
was a spell.
I thought it was a spell that went off like with runes.
No, there was a spell that got launched on us after they turned into the exploding
Well,
demons.
I think, yeah, the one had tattoos like I do, but this isn't a spell.
We're also assuming that this group's gonna be pulling the same trick as the other one.
True. It's
That's
possible.
true. And
I
also,
mean,
they
I
had a
think
warforged specifically.
no. That's a
Really?
different group. I'm talking. These people are the ones that we captured in that room.
Yep.
In was it Gin Springs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Gin Springs, we
Oh,
because where Willow pretended to
fucking
be
the
a
ones
guy.
in that house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then the
yeah,
second we
okay.
started to get actual information out of them, one of them started to panic and literally blew up and turned into a demon monster.
Let me just salt the room before we get them in there.
Oh, sure. Alright, we'll do that.
Do I think that will work?
What was your suggestion?
Huh?
I said, what was your suggestion?
Just salt the room.
Just salt. Okay. I was like, what? Maybe.
You know, I said it with enough confidence that it will.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That's how that works.
Is it?
Salt sometimes works, yeah.
Can I say that in between this meeting and this, I was able to make some of that holy water because it's like an hour to do the ceremony.
Yeah, you spend an hour. You make at least one, yeah. Before.
I'm gonna make a holy water.
All right, you have one vial of holy water, and you are
know what?
down one
That's
first level
probably the one
spell.
solution we have. If they start turning, shove that down their throats.
Yeah. I have an additional question. What would it take to make a holy water Molotov cocktail? I know that it's not inherently flammable, so I don't know how that would work.
I mean, I'll say you could use like a base spirit instead of a water to make, a holy
It doesn't even
alcohol.
matter, though.
But I mean,
It's
Or-
from the water itself.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just need to
Or,
splash water on something.
Here's an idea, guys. What you could do is put the vial of holy water inside a larger bottle, fills that with the flammable liquid, and then light that on fire, and so it would be holy water smoke.
That is
And
That's a good idea. Let's do that.
that wouldn't work because you'd be destroying the water by evaporating it.
absolutely.
What we need is a
Oh, holy
is a
steam.
t-shirt.
You know what?
Cannon.
I'm not gonna
Load up with
T-shirt
vials of-
cannon.
Load up with vials of holy water.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
actually the best idea.
Unless
If
I can make two,
I was gonna
I'm
say
not gonna do the Molotov cocktail.
there is an artificer thing, but you'd need to find an artificer to make holy
Then we're gonna stick with the normal holy water, and then we'll
Hol-
worry on the Molotov
like,
cocktail thing later.
holy water slugs for a shotgun for like a grenade. Yeah.
That sounds amazing, though. We're
But-
keeping that idea. We're putting that
so-
on.
So
Yeah.
basically, what I'm hearing is we're trying to make the holy hand grenade.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're making something sprinting somebody with holy water at a fast velocity.
Yeah.
The holy hand grenade is a
Alright,
thing I have a
Alright,
thing
here's a more
for.
realistic idea. We get a fake flower that we pin to our shirt.
I hope
And then when
that
they
sound
get close
came
to
through
us-
because I just made a fucking weird ass sound on my mic.
When they get close to us, we spritz them.
It fucking sounded like a donkey there. I was like,
All right,
Oh.
let's simplify that. Is there a spray bottle anywhere here?
spray bottles have not been invented. They're a little.
I
Really?
was gonna
We don't
say,
need
do
one.
spray
We
bottles
don't need one.
exist?
They'll be chained. All right. It's fine. Hey, we have a vial
Let's
of holy water.
overcomplicate
Yeah.
Surely
everything.
It's impossible to just pour
Listen,
it on
Betty's
somebody.
got the holy
You
water.
don't
There's
need to
nothing that can go wrong with
overcomplicate
this.
Yeah.
It's
do-
already been overcomplicated.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
it was overcomplicated immediately, guys.
It's fine. You know. Just, you know.
Can we add salt to
Oh.
the chains and make them salty chains?
What?
Oh my god.
So, we were talking. 2 are coming here, and then 2 explore town.
Yeah.
How do we want to deal with it? Are we dealing with the ones here, or are we going after the ones in town? Because unless we want to split up, NPCs will be going after the other group.
Yeah. Yes. As well.
And since 2 are already coming here, and we have plenty of guards here, I think we'll wait for the ones in town.
As well. Your father interjecting as well. We did set up 3 mines on the side that they normally come through, so they come in pretty earnestly, right about 11 in the morning. From what we understand, they're coming from either somewhere we don't know or Decafer. Which is this little bit right here. They're coming from some port that we don't know, or they're coming from Decafer.
All right.
So they come up an unusual way, similar way that y'all came into town, actually, around and into the bay from the from the left side. So we put them in their
Do
way.
they come into our bay, or do they?
They duck outside where everyone can see. I'm thinking it's part of their ploy. And they walk up in town and they talk to everybody and they show their badges, and the 2 come up here. So we know 2 are gonna beeline it here, but if we damage their ships with those, we can offer to dock the ship where we can fix it, and we might be able to ambush them that way. But uncertain. So we might want to have a.
Well, that can be pretty convincing.
If we want to have some people waiting for them at the dock and some people waiting in here to ambush them, that's a plan. But I don't know. What do y'all?
They wouldn't know what I look like.
No, they shouldn't.
I could pose as a Blackwater associate at the docks, convince them to seek repairs at our port, and ride with him on the ship to meet y'all here.
That doesn't sound like the worst idea that's been posited today.
No, I'm just.
So it sounds like we're using
And-
another person as bait, just like last time when the demons exploded.
Honestly, yes, but
Well, last time it went
even
incredible. It's just the interrogation part that we still need to figure out.
well, if I'm lying in wait, perhaps
And
I could.
And I do
mean-
think that the holy water is probably our answer there.
I mean, I can also I can mimic voices if we want to try that. I don't know if there's anyone that would be good to mimic, but I can mimic your mom.
Oh, we don't need to do that. We have my sister actually playing the part as my mother, and she wouldn't be at the docks anyways.
Yeah.
All we need to do is convince them to come to our dock, and then ambush can happen there. Once they're docked, that's it. They're not running. And if they are, they're doing it with a half-destroyed ship.
which
Yeah,
we
that
can
works.
then easily
Catch up.
destroy further. All right. I think for the most part that sounds like a reasonable plan.
Change I'm gonna close into something a little less rich.
Alrighty. Is this the plan y'all are going with?
Yeah.
If we want to catch them in one fell swoop, I think this is the best bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think plan A is catch them all at once, and plan B is divide and conquer probably.
Plus, if for whatever reason they refuse to let me onto their ship and they go to the port without me, I'm the fastest of us. I have the best chance of making it back before anything kicks off.
Mm-hmm.
I also know these tunnels like the back of my hand. So
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So Hesal is going alone, or is anyone going with Hesal?
Castle's going alone because I
Okay.
think that's
Just
good.
making sure. Everyone else is waiting nonchalantly in the bay. Underneath.
I'm just going to play the part as casual Blackwater observer, making sure the docks are operating like they should be.
Okay.
I will post Manu along the path to where we're hiding at the entrance of the grand conference room so that I can watch for their approach,
I will
Okay.
do nothing with Crest.
Alright.
as you should.
Crest
As you
stays
should.
curled up on the boat, enjoying. He's more sprawled out. He's not taking up his little space. No one's been on the ship or on that section of the ship for a moment, so he's all sprawled out. All the workers are avoiding him because he's a sprawled out velociraptor.
Yeah.
The giant velociraptor.
I mean, listen, that's probably for the best.
Yeah.
The Velocity Raptor.
He's an acceleraptor.
Yep.
Because he gained mass, so that's how that works, right?
All right,
Yeah.
Hessel's
Some
gonna
degree.
die. What are we doing?
I'm just in like
Mm.
dock workers clothing, but I have like a cloak with a hood
You need to speak in like
to look low profile.
speak in like an Irish accent
Why would I do that?
because that's
I have the native accent.
Because she wants you to
Yeah.
is what that boils down to. Is she
you are a
wants you to do
transplant
that.
from East Ormel. This is your backstory.
This is
I think my
Rose
backstory is I'm
making up
probably
all
a
sorts-
poor kid that grew up in Blackwater Bay and fell in with the only good job here, which is with the Blackwaters.
yeah.
Poor immigrant kid.
Mm. Mm.
We'll workshop it when I get back.
Workshop it when I get back.
Excellent. Excellent.
When you get back with the guys in tow.
Yeah, maybe I roll like a natural one. Like, you know what? The Irish would have done it.
All right. I'll say for yesterday in games RP, everyone has 1 inspiration. So
Yay! I
you
have 2 inspirations
have
now.
a max of 3. So keep those in mind.
I have to blow them all as soon as possible.
You get the
I have
3
2 right now.
3 open parentheses max in all caps close parentheses. Bill whip. All right. Let me roll for these mines to give the sneak attack. Whoop whoop. Oh. Mine's crit on a 19.
Oh.
Ooh, they hit all 3 coming in. There. Boom, boom, boom. You hear it? And a sound, a whistle goes out across the docks as they're coming in, limping.
Willow is currently blind and deaf, but Manu is not,
Yeah.
and Willow's just gonna be like, "That was loud."
Even from around the other side of the bay, will you hear? I'm imagining Manu posted up, like above the entrance to the cave.
Yes, he's like sort of midway between.
Yeah, looking out
so that
because
he can see both the entrance to the cave and then also the docks where they would be coming in.
okay, so he's inside the. He's
Yeah.
either gonna be in because he can see inside the docks, or out in the town, which is like pretty far away from where you guys would be.
Yeah, he's in the secret caves.
Okay, and he's just looking out, being a lookout.
Yeah, he's looking out where we would go to meet them were their ship to be damaged, which it has been.
The ship starts to pull up, and is ringing a bell pretty ferociously. And waving a flag to denote that they are in duress. Hesal, I'm assuming you've let everyone else on the outside docks in on your plan that needs to know. So
Yeah.
you were the first to respond.
If they try to, I let the overseer know that if for whatever reason, they really insist on repairs here, the dockmaster will let them know that we're short on hands and we don't know how quickly we'll be able to get to it.
Okay, excellent. They pull as close as they can and start shouting at you over the water. We got a pretty big hole in here. We need some help immediately.
Throw a rope over. I'll come take a look.
They throw out a dinghy to you.
Yeah, I'll.
And they are bucketing like mad. There's 4 people on this small little. I would say, yeah, it's about the size of like the 2-person vehicle in Sea of Thieves. About that size. It's not huge.
Oh yeah, the sloop.
The sloop. That's the word I was looking for. Single sail.
So it's
little.
like so it's like a day sailor.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, this is why they think the boat's coming from pretty close, because it couldn't do much more than sailing along the coastline, which put it right in the line of some mines.
Yeah.
All right, let me see the damage.
You can see a pretty big crack is bubbling up in the towards the back half of the boat.
The goon ship is sinking.
I look back towards the dock. I don't know that we'll be able to use this one. We don't have the hands.
Yes,
Inside.
you see, dude, the bigger dock inside. Can we get there?
Yes.
He's like,
We should be able to make it.
Ah, shit. Okay, and he starts like hammering down like a couple pieces of board that he has to cover up the hole, but it's still just. They're using 3 buckets that they have to keep the water out.
I'll find something to also scoop out.
I'll say
so that I'm missing.
make the because of that crit, make a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion.
Yes, or deception. What are you?
One's better.
Yeah, I'll say deception.
24.
Okay.
If that's a failure for whatever
No,
reason,
no.
perhaps I know I can do it.
Kind of, yeah, we should be able to make it. It's only like a few hundred yards. Man, keep scooping it out. Fuck. Okay. He pulls the boat out and around and begins making their way. Willow, with your bird perched on another with Manu perched up on another one of the boats looking out, you see the tiny shadow of a sloop come in and begin making its way in to find a place.
Well, he's obviously convinced them to come, so perhaps we'll get all 4 in one swing.
Yeah, the captain has pulled out a oar and is paddling along the side to hurry along, and he sort of he gives you the boat to steer, Hesal, as he's trying to make it in while they're dumping water. Man, you have enough experience piloting sort of these small little boats, so it's not an issue. However, you do feel the boat tipping upward, like the nose is pointing up a little bit. He's like, I don't think we're gonna make it, but do we have to go this far in?
Put your weight. Which way was it tipping?
It's tipping back.
Put your weight in the front. All right, we're not bailing enough water. Everyone stand up front.
They run to the front. One person is still bailing, and the other 3 are at the front, catching what they can, and then the original captain is still rowing and oaring in. You just make it to the. Yeah, he whistles in. You can hear it, and it echoes loud down the whole, inside cavern. It like rings everybody's ears who can hear it, and he's ringing the bell as loud as hard as he can. He's shouting, "Mayday, mayday! Get ready to pull us up!" And you see some dock workers drop what they're doing and grab chains with these big, thick clamps on them to try and salvage the ship. They're like attaching them to a big wooden crane. Try to give it some leverage. All in part of your plan, as it were. You pull alongside the one with the crane, and the loops are attached, and the boat is hauled up slightly. You can hear the crane begin to creak. Everyone sort of hops off the boat and begins tying ropes as best they can to help leverage. 2 of the men stay on and begin pulling water. And the captain is, shit. They're not going to be happy about this one. But your men begin the work to salvage the ship from going under. So you got two of the men up on deck.
Given the circumstance, I really hate to be the bearer of bad news, as it were, but you're probably going to want to talk to the boss lady about payment, because that's going to be an expensive fix.
Yes. God damn it, yeah. All right. Man, keep working on the ship. I gotta go talk with the Lady Blackwater. And he sort of adjusts, it pops his collar a little bit and fixes his cloak. And, thanks for the help. Always good to help out the, what did I call him last time? Shoot. Royal inspectors. And he holds up the badge to you. So,
I just, without thinking, I dip my head down in a nod and be like, I'm just doing my job, sir. I try not to look at it.
Make me, this is weird, but make me a sleight of hand check.
Sure.
To sort of follow his hand is my thinking for this one. Oh,
Natural 20.
smooth. You dip your collar, you do a little, you know, helpful little bow dip, and keep your eye line from seeing it as you turn and begin to walk away. Are you leading him, or because he's by himself now and the other three are on the ship, or are you trying to get all of them in one fell swoop? Because you're basically calling the ambush from wherever.
Yeah. What did that to y'all?
Yeah,
Were y'all attacked? What happened?
some sort of explosion. Someone said that they saw something in the water and then it was too late. Looked like
Mines?
rusty mines.
Shit. Alright. You know what? Leave this job to us. I think they're gonna want to see all of you get an account from each of you individually. I think if that is a mine, that is our fault, and well, we probably won't be making you pay for it.
Make me a deception check with advantage. He's been buying into this. But
Go. 23.
23.
Oh my god.
yes, as long as your men got this, as long as that thing doesn't sink. All right. Come on, men. We got an official report to make.
I'll walk with you. I hate to mistrust you all in this circumstance, but I need to make sure you're not getting a story straight. I want each of your honest accounts of the situation to be delivered individually.
Of
This
course.
is amazing. This has gone so well.
Wait till
Of
Ben
course.
gets involved. It'll be.
I'm
There's
assuming.
no discussion until we arrive.
Once I see them pass
He sort of.
Manu, I'm gonna. Oh god.
I was like, he sort of smirks and nods towards the other crew members, and you see him like sort of. Well, the Hesal probably doesn't see the thumbs up he gives them, but they're walking and thinking that they're gonna get paid pretty well. But
Once I get past Manu, I'm gonna snap out of money and back into
Can
my
I say I
own.
preemptively did something because obviously this would have been a smart thing to do?
depends.
I
What do you
created
try?
a telepathic link with people.
Oh,
Sure, yeah, I'll say that was part of the planning.
Since it has a range of a mile, I'll be
Yeah.
like, alright, the second you see us, or the second the door closed behind us, launch it. I'm gonna take them to the audience chamber.
Okay. Which I will put y'all here.
Back where we were.
Back where you most belong. Oop, I zoomed way
I
the
was
shit.
looking to see if there was a spell I could learn, but it's not. It was magic circle.
Ah,
Yeah,
No.
that's what I was thinking too, but
I don't
think
have
anyone
magic
can cast
circle.
it yet.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
let's
think the only one who
play.
could know it is Willow, because it's 5th level, but
What does Magic Circle do?
it creates a circle where
It's the demon
beings
thing
you
from
designate cannot
Supernatural.
enter or exit.
Yeah, it's
So
the demon
if
thing.
they
Mm.
get possessed remotely, they would be like they wouldn't be able to.
Mm-hmm.
If they're already inside of them, though, it
Alright.
doesn't really change anything.
I'll say,
I do not believe I have Magic Circle. So
yeah, it's one of those spells you gotta either learn or find.
14 would be down at the entrance with the rest.
I'll say yeah. Now, all those planning the ambush, place yourselves where you wish.
Okay.
Using the cover, and I'll say we'll pick up next time because I don't think we have time to do a whole encounter if that goes
Yeah, I think that's fine.
awry.
Yeah, likely not.
Since you already set this up last time, one layer, to token layer. There we go. One pretending lady.
All right.
And I'll set up. Betty's just gonna stand there.
I haven't.
Okay.
I didn't know that there were. I don't know where they are. So.
Well, they're gonna be coming
They're
in from
gonna-
the south where Hesal is.
Yeah, they're gonna be right where Hesal is. So
I mean, yeah. I'm gonna try and
should-
be as close as I can.
maybe
be, like,
duck around the corner.
that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to get behind a pillar.
Alright, so then
Table.
you'd be
Is that a table or pillar? That's a table.
Rose, over here. Do over here. Go over here.
yeah.
It's so far though.
Good bird.
It's so far.
We want them to get in well and truly inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, they're probably gonna pass you. They're probably gonna get out here and then get fucked. So.
Yeah, they're probably gonna get to like this square right here. And
Ivor, you wanna
be
hide all the way up there?
Yeah, I thought we were gonna be going a lot further back.
And so they're gonna be coming in from the entrance. So.
Okay, so we're not going that far.
opposite
Then let me
side.
get myself.
It'll
a
probably
little
be sprung
further.
around right here.
Where the
Mhm.
diamond is.
I'll go for this here back pillar, unless do we? Yeah, we were something about the like sweeping behind them, right?
Yeah, I think that
I'm gonna
that
close the door behind
diamond.
me.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, then I'll do the front, and everyone tries to make a run for it. I'll do my blood curse of unable to move.
Okay. Alrighty.
All right.
Well, I will set up an encounter for us next time to do. Is everyone good for next Saturday?
It should
yeah.
be, failing any problems in my life.
Yes. Yes.
December 3rd.
Yes. December 3rd.
Basically, the 17th and the 24th, probably not. But
Okay. We'll have to see,
we'll
but
see on the 17th because, but
Well, I mean, most of us can't make the 24th because Christmas.
yeah, the 17th though is the surgery. So
oh
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
How many weeks is that recovery?
2 weeks.
2
Oh,
weeks.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah,
So
we'll be
on the-
in
so I have
time
it on
for
the
New
13th.
Year's.
I have it on the 13th, and then yeah.
Okay. So we'll
yeah.
But yeah, you'll be right as rain in time for New Year's. So
Yeah, we'll have to talk schedule off stream.
yeah, of course. But yeah, that's I think that's a good stopping point. We'll finish off there. I thank y'all for joining, and thanks for the raid. If anyone's still stuck around from that, hope some of y'all got some subs, and yeah, have a good night, a lovely weekend, and let's find somebody to raid real fast. Looks like Unexpectables is the only person I have followed that's so if you have any suggestions, if not, I'm just gonna raid them real fast.
yeah, sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
Okay. I'll start up a raid for them. Alrighty. Let's get that going. Thank y'all so much. Have a wonderful night, and I hope you had a had a wonderful Thanksgiving or a good weekend if you didn't. So,
Bad weekend. I don't know.
bad week. Whatever you want to do.
Whatever your goals were.
Whatever your goals were. Whatever you wanted to do. I hope you succeeded. If you wanted to be a villain, it's fine. If you wanted to explode a turkey, go for it. You have a wonderful night.
Hopefully nobody exploded turkeys because that's
Unless you wanted
dangerous.
to.
No, because I mean usually those happen because of deep fryers. And it's all
That's
bad.
fair. That's not what I meant. I meant like with fireworks or whatever. But you know,
Oh,
good, good,
I
good
mean,
night, and
good night.
welcome
I
to
mean,
the
if you do that, that would
Unexpectables.
be-
Goodbye. All right.
If you exploded a turkey with fireworks,